going on, realm? Talk to me. What is going on? Let me know how the levels are sounding. You already know what it is. Hustle and motivate. My man, what's going on, brother? Massive Wreck. Oh wow, thank you, brother. You tried to round two. Oh wow, you can't wait for Soft to say that name. AKW, what's going on, man? Rocket Corey, A-Run, what's going on? Thank you, sir. Schnitta Design, what's going on, brother? I saw the tweet. Thank you, very much appreciated. Got Attic in the building. Attic, talk to him.
What's going on, guys?
Chilling. He's chilling right now. So you know it's a big one today. Got Lord Parris. We'll get him in soon. But just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Addict, do me a favor. Just check the super chat portion. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I know I saw.
I don't see any.
Yeah, just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Sage bitch, heard you from ACG. Straight here to enjoy the. Oh, salute. Yeah, ACG is family. That's a real one right there. No doubt. Hustle on the scene. Thank you, brother. So yeah, man, we're gonna get. He said I was also under the table, and yeah, Gary Witter was in his bag on that. Shout out to the Kind of Funny Xcast. Yeah, he was in his bag. That anti-Nintendo red, yo. That was a good one. But yeah, man, we're gonna get this thing rocking. We'll get Sav and King will be up in here soon. And oh wow, we got an OG, we got a veteran, we got Squirrely. What's going on, man? No more Yellowknife Squirrely, right? East Coast Squirrely. We'll see what's going on. But yeah, we'll get Parris up in here in a few and get this thing rocking. So we will be back. Talk to y'all in a minute.
Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals. All on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I want to do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals. All on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I want to do.
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. I'ma just chill and watch them and eat snacks in the attic. I wanted to chill with the pack and be like a young whoop, but then they would mistake me for addict. If I can imagine it's cool to give you some advice, then invite your girl to your squadron. Cause if you don't give her that option, you gon' be single player like Sovereign. You gon' get tossed in the bushes by King David. Royalty and not a pretender. Detrimental to an elemental, what's an avatar to a knee bender? I gotta be me though. I know it's my destiny, work to Cognito. Who cares if you fly, if you still a mosquito? You swear you ain't stuntin', but really be Steve-O. You like to collect stuff and that's cool, but I got bad news. Even if you really was that dude, King David still be the king of the statues. Since a juvenile, I've been cursed with a curse to be musical. And if you hate it, we'll meet in the crucible. Other than that, then it's cool and it's beautiful. We let you know that your dreams are pursuable. Whatever you wanna do, then it's doable. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day. Woo. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day.
All right, and we are live. Hear ye. Welcome to the Iron Lords podcast, and also live on lordsofgaming.net, episode number 206. And it's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm very excited about our special guest, and we've got Capcom and Sony's alleged contract, FirewalkStudios multiplayer IP, and PlayStation Video Pass to discuss, so we're gonna get right into it. I want to introduce a lord whose passion for video games, cinema, and anime is only matched by his tremendous drive and insightful perspectives within the gaming media landscape. Introducing the creator and host of the Parris YouTube/Twitch channels and the co-host of the Gamertag Radio and KindaFunnyXcast, the Lord of Chill Drone Commentary, fellow Destiny fan who correctly recognizes Mass Effect 2 as one of the greatest video games ever made, Sovereign. Live
funny.
He'll
get upset if you like
Parris, it was nice having you here, Parris.
Come on, let him finish his intro, man.
Live from Cali, and kind enough to make his debut into the realm of the Lords, my man, Lord Parris Lilly. How you doing, sir?
Yo, that was the most professional, bougie introduction I think I've ever had. I really appreciate it. But man, I'm very excited to be here, really, because I've been big fans of all of you for a while. I've been sneak watching. You know, I might put a little comment in the chat every now and again. You know what I mean? But you know, like I told Cognito way back a few months ago when I originally was trying to get me to come on. I was like, bro, I can't do the 10 a.m. on Sunday. I got to watch football.
I remember.
We gotta wait. We gotta wait on that one,
bro. No, I get it.
Seriously, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Likewise, brother.
All right, brother.
Absolute pleasure. You're a lord at what you do. We just got rocked together on the Xcast. But in the meantime, what have you been playing, man? Any games you've been playing?
I've been playing Returnal on the PlayStation 5, and the one thing that I can say about it is, wow.
Wow. Okay. It's
I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
If you follow me on Twitter and if you've seen other people been playing it so far during preview, it's not an easy game.
Yes.
I'll just leave it at that. But I'll have more to say soon. I've been jumping back into Destiny 2 because I got it. Like I told you, I need someone to hold my hand like I'm 5 years old, and get me all the way. Because I'm almost 1300 power level now because I took a break because I've been playing other stuff. So I just got to get ramped back up, and I want to do the raid and all that stuff too. But
Well, you can do the raid at 13.
Yeah.
We can drag him through. Just
just drag me through.
Drag him through.
we got to get him through Deepstone.
Yes.
Put him in our pocket. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do, like he's light, like he ain't gonna get touched by anything. In
Yeah,
that
because
raid.
if you're 13, you're good, bro. You ain't
You're way
that
above
good.
the,
Yeah. I keep him downstairs with me in the hard parts.
Oh, and I know it's part of the raid.
Yeah.
I know you do. No doubt, man. Absolute pleasure, man. We got a fun show lined up. Sav, you want to get a couple of those in now?
Hey, Forte.
We're gonna start the day off
Yes.
correctly with a new member to the realm. Put the crest in the chat for Mass Erect.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's my
I can't with
guy.
that name, bro.
Yeah, I love him.
That's a
That's
little
wreck. Here's the shields for you,
Put the
baby.
shield up. Put the shield up.
Fantastic. Then we have Gerald Mack with the $5 super chat. Shout out to the 4 Horsemen of Gaming. No podcast does it better. All hail the ILP. Thank you,
brother.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Then we have Flame with the $2 super chat. Everyone gangster till Cog breaks out. Introduce.
That's a staple, you know.
Then we got Gaming Forte with the $2
Lord,
super
here you
chat.
go.
Hey, Lords, have a great show. Hey, King
King
Boo
Boo
Boo.
Hey, Forte.
There y'all go. I can't. Anyway,
Now-
time.
Now Slow-Mo gonna be in that chat
Yup.
saying some dumb stuff next.
You already know
so.
what's coming next.
It's
Anyway.
lit.
Gentleman and addict. That's
Gentlemen
it.
of that, exactly. And you're Sean Capri, what's up, brother? And you already know we got the 4 Horsemen of Gaming, those original lords of the realm here at the round table with a little bit of time-sensitive intros because of Paris. My co-host with the co-host, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, lord of his own world, and the how of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict, how we doing, sir?
Doing pretty good, man. The first thing I want to say is if you ain't played Octopath Traveler, I don't know what you're doing with your life. It isn't what you should be doing. I'll say that. Like, I still don't think it was worth $60.
Well,
You got it in Game Pass.
You got it in Game Pass.
I'm referring to the Switch people. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, but the game is phenomenal. I do think that it's been underrated, and I can understand why people don't like it because there's story issues with the game. But as far as like gameplay, like the gameplay of this on a JRPG standpoint is up there with like Final Fantasy VI.
Wow.
Like
It's really good.
It's amazing what kind of unique combos you can have. Like I could do a unique combo where none of my people can get hit, and I can keep doing it over and over again because I found busted combinations. Shout out to those busted combinations because that's the reason I beat the gods of this game.
Because I heard the gods breaking you down. I heard it was
He
real
jumped in my chat. He'll jump in my chat just to say, "What's up, King? This game is killing me."
Funny. Remember when I told you I'm gonna go fight another one? I left the party. I beat him that time.
Listen, he jumps in my chat. He goes, "Oh, I'm gonna beat up this 81-year-old woman." So it's a guy that's inside my chat that doesn't know
what the context of what you said.
Who's beating up 81-year-old women? I said, "No, man, that's an Octopath Traveler. He don't know who you are."
Exactly.
I'm sorry. My fault. It was not my fault they put like a very rare item behind some old chicken Octopath Traveler. Like,
anyway, that's been it, sir. That's been it?
Huh?
That's been it, right? Okay, no doubt. And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives for the single-player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, the Lord of Clarity, and Lord Patron of the Iron Bank, my man, Lord Sovereign. How we doing, sir?
What up? What up? I'm doing well. What's going on?
Smooth. What's going on?
I've been chilling, man. I've been doing good. I've been testing out that xCloud beta on the PC. I got the invite, so shout out to Xbox for that. Doing very nice, very nice.
MLB show on the go.
On the go. But it's still like I play the moments mode. I'll play the home run derby mode on that. Don't try to play an actual game, at least not yet. Like,
so no online play just
yet. The pitching, because in pitching I like to play all-star and up. So if you miss your spots, you're done.
Yes. Yeah. Now, are you using pinpoint the new pitching or which mode?
I still have yet to wrap my head around that pinpoint pitching, like because it's about rhythm. And the actual motion itself. So you have to do both. Okay. So I like using pulse pitching.
Me too. I'm pulse. Okay.
So, but we'll see because we got to talk to Ains and see how this league is going to run and what we're going to be playing as. No doubt. So, and then I played a little bit locally. I was playing on my Xbox just a little bit ago. Some home run derby online. Had to smoke these fools. You know how
the baseball king is back.
How I do. You know how I do.
You're a beast. I was trying to catch you early before you got nice.
It's too late.
It's too late. Molly Green.
Yeah,
I wasn't really that rusty though. I was letting you feel like I was.
Feeling myself. Subway Series comeback. Anything else, sir?
No, that's it.
No doubt. And of course, we have the incredible Hulk of this, aka the XS Gamer.
Ooh.
The prophet of Xbox, king of the statues who demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the fraud alert movement.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King. How we doing, sir?
Better than my man Masvidal.
Oh, man.
Yo, first of all, I would like to say arrogance and feeling yourself is the tool of the fool.
Yeah.
He went there super overconfident. He didn't respect him at all. He didn't respect his power. Like he said, he didn't feel it the first time. You felt it this time. You didn't feel it the first time because you was up against the ropes half the time taking elbows. All right. So, and he switched up the game plan as a true champion would, and he took him where he wanted to take him, and he did exactly what he wanted to do. When he hit him upside his head and that sweat reached the fifth row, I said, good night.
Bro,
pack your bags. It's time to go.
Not to jump in, it shocked me because I never expected that kind of finish. We all know Kamaru's the better wrestler. We get it, but it was just one of those things to see Masvidal stretched. It's surreal.
Okay. You know why it didn't shock me? The first fight, he tried the same punch in the first round and whiffed it by this much. And I'm pretty sure he practiced that and saw the video just like me. But I want to give a shout out to Rose.
Thug Rose.
Yeah. Thug Rose, baby.
Yeah, I thought that fight was going to go longer. I really did. I really actually thought it was going to go at least 2 to 3 rounds. That kick to the side of her head showed her a different world.
Yes.
I was so glad for Rose because Rose, her last couple of fights, I just thought mentally she wasn't in it. And she came back she was there 100%. And Zhang Weili is no joke.
Yeah, she's nice. Yeah, she's nice, man.
But you saw her when she was holding the belt. I love that she was shaking because she achieved whatever goal she put in her head in training camp. Absolutely. All right, past that. Listen, Have not played Destiny all week.
Wow.
I have been in college.
Uh-oh.
I have graduated to Harvard, people. I am inside in Harvard camp of the Outriders. All right.
Advanced builds, baby.
I have, and this is no lie, I have what is that? A compound book.
Oh my God!
You know the old black and white ones?
You know
the old black and white ones that look like little marble.
The composition joints.
Composition joint.
I'm done with you.
I have that with different builds, with gear sets written down.
Wow.
And the times that I beat tier 15 by myself.
Wow.
With what I was wearing and how long and what was my power output and
DPS.
I'm not gonna lie.
You did.
I didn't respect the game in the demo.
Yep. You were hard.
I have the
you
finished product.
You said PS3 graphics, and I quote.
Yeah. No, I said no. I didn't say PS3 graphics. I said player models.
Player model. Yes. Correct,
I said the player models. I don't care what anybody said. Those were PS3 player models. But I must say this. Shout out to Phil Dominus Maximus because at some point in time,
he did that for you.
He realized this was a hit. Whoever is on his team that has that eye,
Sarah Bond,
Parris,
Sarah Bond,
flowers.
Let's
give
her
flowers.
Yeah, let's.
She did that for us.
Let me tell you, she is his Rob Gronkowski.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. She is his safety net. She is that tight end that's gonna get up the field. That's gonna make sure that she catch that ball and take it home. She gonna help him win. And it's stuff like this that changes the narrative going forward. I swear, I have not played a game this much, this diligently since Destiny. And for me, take me away from my love, my girl, from you know it got to be something.
It got to be something
special. Let's get to this. This is Parris time. Let's go.
No doubt. Of course, we got the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi, LordCognito. Spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP. Not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Same thing as King, pretty much. Shout out to Ibante's last word. We had the legendary Thai guy, Travis, from Fire Team Chat on. He was in a rare form with this transmog controversy. If you want to hear the best rant complaining about armor synthesis, please check out the last word. Ty Guy Travis is in good form. Other than that, Titanfall 2 at 120. I've been rocking through that back end with the frame pace boost. And Battlefield 4, I took it back for that. And been on my sports grind. So I've been, MLB The Show. I tried the little road to October mode. And NBA 2K, I kind of got the fever with my players. So I've just been in that bag. So real quick, on a different note, I just want to send some love to our boy, Sinister X2. Y'all know him. He's Channel 5. He's Clan. Most of you guys have played with him. When you play with the Lords, you always play with Sinister. Or we run into you through a raid. Sinister's the one. Him and Attic are the ones running the show. So, condolences to his family and his dad and grandma. So, they're going through it. Please send some love to our boy. Y'all guys know him. He's in this chat right now. Brother, we know you're going through it, and we just wanted to send some love to you. So that's what we got. Solve real quick. You want to get a couple of super chats down, then we get straight into the Parris talk.
Sure. So we got a Big Cloud Gaming $5 super chat. Let's go ILP.
No doubt.
Thank you, sir. Then we have Michael, aka Bed-Stuy's Finest, $2 super chat. King was right. 23 million Game Pass subscribers. I believe King says 25, but
okay. I can answer your question really quickly. 23 is the sure enough number. 25 is y'all be talking about that $1 thing. That's the
$1. Okay.
I feel that they would count that $1 thing.
No, they did count the $1, but
time on the numbers.
You didn't want to believe it, right? Thank you. God
bless. Say less.
Say yes. God bless. Say less. Let's go.
AKW £5 super chat. What's up, Lords? The wife is listening to the show for the first time. Thanks for the past year. You guys are great. Keep up the great work. The Book of X.
Yes, sir.
Salute. I gotta drop on Book of X. Continue.
Then we have the Flame $2 super chat. Can't wait the full show, sirs. Near calls me. Can't watch the full show, sir. Near calls me. Okay. Then we have Dirt Griggity with this $5 super chat.
That's my dude.
That's the dude.
What's up, fellas? Great to see Parris on. Looking forward to the show. Then we have Gerald Mack, $5 super chat. Shout out to Lord King Stradamus for the GP with the Game Pass prophecy. Then we have Lord Brap with the $5 super chat. Salute Lords, great guest, and going to be an awesome show as always. Yeah, big shout out to Crossfire and Mooch and everybody who was on the panel the other day. I was on there Friday. Fantastic show. Thank you guys.
He had a good show yesterday with Hulk.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Then we have Eagles Fan 76 with the $2 super chat. My favorite show. Salute to the Lords and Addict.
What's your favorite? I thought Gamertag Radio was your favorite, brother.
Oh, there you go.
The only thing I don't pay attention.
You got him out here frauding. He's
what I appreciate it, Slow-Mo. You started this nonsense.
Good, so.
Yeah, we have more. You want me to go through
let's
now?
Just get
Or you
them
want
now.
me to?
It's like 3 or 4 more. I'll help you out. I see.
No, I got them. I got them. We got DJ Berto, dos with the $5 super chat. Lord Parris in the building. The Lord's Day gonna be fire.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Slow-Mo backslap with the $5 super chat. Afternoon, gentlemen. And Addict. Okay. We need to link up on Outriders. Been bringing CT15 to its knee.
Salute.
Yeah,
brother.
bring yourself over here, man.
Yeah, crossplay PC and Xbox. He could do it. Get 108. Let me get 108, man. 108 Dragon TV. $5 super chat. Good afternoon, Lords. You guys are awesome, and your undying support for me is real. My brothers are real ones. Facts. My bro 108. Check out the Dragon.
Let me point out that is how you address the entire panel.
And Addict. Continue.
Whatchamacallit, he had his show yesterday. Check him out on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Please, Dragon's Den.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to figure out my way to get on there. We're doing that.
Yes, sir.
Fast back with the $2 super chat. Que pasa, Iron Lords? A great gaming Sunday. It is. Yes, it is, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then Eagles Fan 76 with the $2 super chat. Titanfall 2, 120 FPS. Sorry, you TCL.
We TCL TV shaving again. Here we go.
TVs can't do that, man. They block.
Started trouble. We gonna get.
And then we have. So speaking of cease and desist, Free R. Kelly with the $5.
Jesus.
King, stop hyping up Xbox. They got no games.
No, speaking of that, I don't worry about that because yesterday, my baby came back to me. I am so happy that I can put this with my retro gaming. That's these wonderful games.
That's a beauty.
Beautiful.
Let's get a fan. Let's make the last one. There we go.
Phantom Kraken, $2 super chat. Have a great show, guys. ILP is my Sunday church. Fantastic, sir. So, ladies and gents, well, that will be the end of super chats for the time being because we have Paris on unlimited time. So. We appreciate all your super chats, but we'll read them later on in the show. Thank you.
So now that
you could blame my wife for that. She was like, "We got to this time, and then we got stuff."
I know the pain.
Yes. So now that we got into all the Lords have been playing in the business, I want to focus on Lord Parris, his video game system history, his amazing ascension within the games industry, and of course, what led him to the iconic Gamertag Radio and Kinda Funny Xcast. So Lord Parris, let's start from the very beginning. What was some of the first video game system you had, and what got you into gaming?
All right, before I get into that, I have to give you, Cognito, a shout. You were fantastic on Xcast this week, and it was like you were just a natural co-host on the show, man. You did great. I loved it. I love, like, we're about to talk old school. I love that you brought the old school in there too, man, because that's what we love to do. Facts. So shout out to that. Oh, and one last thing, Destiny 2, Transmog, I hate it. But we always got to remember, it's a business first. They got to tweak this. I get they're trying to get their paper, of course, but they got to tweak this.
I agree. I had this conversation. That's where I feel the motivation is. But continue, sir. You're absolutely
right. Sorry. So where I start, I'm old. So I remember from the original, like not even the Atari 2600. I'm talking the Sears knockoff Atari 2600. When I first started playing. But yeah, man, stuff back then, Combat and with Adventure and obviously
so did you have Intellivision? Did you have ColecoVision? Where was your base? Where was your base?
No, it was Atari. I didn't. My buddy had the ColecoVision. Right. So I used to go to his house. Now, I remember he had like Smurf. Yes. Donkey Kong. Because Atari had the Raggedy Donkey Kong.
Yeah. it was a difference.
Yeah. So that was my early roots, man. And then obviously the arcades, dude. Right. I mean, that was my thing. Like it was a Saturday tradition. I would get on, I have to say the whole thing. I have to get on the 26 bus to downtown St. Pete. You get to transfer downtown and hop on the 36, go to Tyrone Square Mall. I have $10 worth of quarters. I go to Aladdin's, Aladdin's Arcade. I'm in there all day, and I'm just playing all the games in there all day. That was kind of my origins. But then from there, man, Christmas '85. I mean, that was my Red Ryder BB gun moment. My mom got me the NES deluxe set with Rob the Robot, Gyro Mike.
With the gyro,
yeah, the whole complete set. There we go.
But anyone that had Rob the Robot, you didn't use Rob the Robot to play
them
Gyro
once.
Mike. You cheated. Yeah.
But didn't you use them once at least, right? You set up the whole thing first.
Yeah, you set it up and you realize, wait, this sucks.
They lied to me.
So that, and then obviously, you know, I got Super Mario Brothers a little after that, and then that was just transformative at that point, right? Because you know, obviously to this day, still one of the greatest platformers ever made, and obviously iterated on that. I think Super Mario Brothers 3, my personal greatest game ever, personally. But yeah, just obviously all the stuff with the NES, Zelda, Metroid, just everything in that, you know, in the mid to late 80s. Like I even said on Xcast, me and my buddies, we used to do those Tecmo Bowl tournaments every weekend.
Sir.
That's what it was all about.
Sir.
Tecmo Bowl just completely changed the game for me as far as sports games go. But, you know, obviously did that. And then, you know, Super NES comes out, Genesis, all that stuff. And then just kind of flash forward because I don't want to bore you with all
What were
stuff.
you though? Were you a Genesis kid or were you?
Oh no, I was
Super
Nintendo. I was Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Super
Okay,
Nintendo.
all right, okay. Just making sure because you said Genesis, you know.
Again,
are we Sega Genesis Nintendo fanboying right now? Is this what's going on?
Nah. My buddy had the Genesis, so I would go to his house to play Sonic and Ultra Beast and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
But yeah, I was a Nintendo guy.
Any of
all
your
the way.
friends had a Turbo Graphics?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Bonk's. Hey, look, Bonk's Adventure, only game I ever played on there, nothing else.
God bless.
God bless.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was all the 90s stuff. And then I guess this kind of transitions into, you know, me getting into content creation. So I forged a registration in 2001 because I work in technology, I work in IT. So the company I work for, I made it seem like it had something to do with consumer electronics. So I forged an application, a registration to get an exhibitor badge into E3 2001.
God bless.
Salute for the industry badge. God bless.
Yeah. And I was going as a Nintendo guy.
Right.
I didn't care nothing about PlayStation or Xbox and none of that stuff. I was going because the GameCube was coming out, Luigi's Mansion, and we're showing off new Zelda, all that stuff. I wanted to see that.
Gotcha.
Luigi's Mansion was a classic. Man.
But went for that. I remember seeing I knew the Xbox was coming out. I remember going by the Xbox booth, and they had it was, I forget which Unreal it was. It was Unreal Tournament, whatever they were doing, but they had Halo. And I'll never forget this. I even posted pictures online. They're on social media where I'm at that booth in 01 and I saw Halo and I played it. And I go, man, this thing is buggy. This Xbox thing ain't gonna never work.
This ain't gonna work.
And literally dismissed it. I go, this Microsoft crazy. This ain't gonna never work. Completely dismissed it. Now, flash forward, you know, the Xbox and the GameCube were about to come out, and I was at work and I had to go to CompUSA for some dumb reason. I don't even remember why.
Remember that?
Yeah. I'm taking it back more, man.
Taking us back, brother.
We're there together. Don't worry about
This
that.
is OG talk. This is OG talk. Continue.
You're there together.
Like I said, when I said we're together,
I hate
you
you.
understand? I'm looking at his screen.
You're automatically excluded.
I have no idea even remotely with that story.
Okay,
Continue, Parris.
just pretend it's like a raggedy Best Buy. And you get
Okay. So it's a raggedy Best Buy. All right.
But anyways, I had to go to CompUSA, and it was like, you know, mid-afternoon or something. And I remember I drove up, and I forgot it was the launch day for the Xbox.
Right.
And I walk up, and I see these people standing outside. What the hell y'all standing out here for? They're like, the Xbox is coming out. I was like, oh, that thing? And then I walked in, and I literally walked in, cut everybody in line, and I was like, well, I'm here. Screw it. I might as well pick it up. So I bought it right then and there. Then I'm like, I need games. So I got Dead or Alive 3, and I picked up Halo, even though I didn't think anything of Halo. Whatever. Yo, I didn't play Halo for probably a month until after I had the Xbox.
Wait, back up. So all right. So based on your initial impression at the E3, you sat on it like, okay, I'll get to it. Dead or Alive is the real launch game for
Exactly.
you.
Even seeing reviews, because I know reviews were out by that time. Like you,
But
It's the early 2000s.
It's early.
Nobody
Yeah,
paying attention.
there was no internet like that.
Yeah.
You know, you had to search on a web. Anyway, so I know what you're saying, because when you went to the shows back then, E3 was about you know, developers and
people
industry.
actually making
So
deals.
it really wasn't about having people play and all that other stuff. It was really selling a product. It was consumer, like the CES show. So what you play was an early build of something that they really didn't care for the public to see. They just wanted to see developers to see
Well, I
the
mean,
progress
you
of
had
the game, right?
they had the legit booth. I mean, you had other people there to play, but yeah, I walked away from it very unimpressed. I was just like, because again, I didn't understand back then how it works now, where these early builds. I'm thinking that's the game.
That's it.
Right.
So I'm like, who wants to play this? This is terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sat on it for about a month, and then for whatever, because again, I'm in the GameCube, I'm in Nintendo. That's all I really cared about. And I was like, all right, let me play this thing. I own it, and I sat down and went through that campaign, blood, you know, obviously multiplayer, all that stuff, and it just. It was like revolutionary, because you know I remember on the Nintendo 64, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, stuff like that. That was all great, but Halo took it to a new level, just with the Duke controller and everything.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
oh my God,
What was your aha moment in Halo when you looked at it and said, "Oh, we might be on to something"?
Truth and Consequences.
Oh,
That was it.
Yes.
That was it. That's when I knew this is something different. I've never played a game like this, a shooter game like this. That's when I knew it was different.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That was huge. For me, it was two things. One, King remember the Duke controller had the camera buttons, the black and white. So for me, the first aha moment was you hit that and the light would come on. Master Chief.
The flashlight.
So whatever light sourcing or whatever was, I was like blown away by that, right?
When I first saw that flashlight, because there's a dark area you go in and they tell you to hit the light button.
Yep.
When I first saw that, and I'm a PC dude from back then, you know, we all had our voodoo cards and all that other stuff. And I saw that light, I said, uh-oh, here we go.
Here we go. Second was enemy AI.
Yes.
Because I remember
it was the next level.
Yes, the little grunts or whatever. You throw a grenade, and they went out their way to
scatter.
Escape and scatter, and they would take positions on you. And I'm like, yo, this is very
when it was
intelligent.
talking and saying, he's over here.
He's over here. The demon.
The demon's over here. Yeah, so go ahead, Parris. So,
No, continue, Parris. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I'll make it short and sweet. So
no, it's good. Go ahead.
So from there, I mean, because remember, Xbox Live wasn't out at that point, right? Yo, I used to hop on X-Link Kai. To play multiplayer with people that, you know, obviously you could do the local LAN parties, but you want to play with other people. That was the way we used to do it. And then obviously a year later, Xbox Live came out. I got in the alpha for Xbox Live, and I've just been on it ever since. And yeah, dude, I remember playing Ghost Recon back in the day.
MotoGP was part of that package.
All that stuff. And then, you know, obviously NFL 2K, was it 2K1 or 2K2 at that point? But that cemented me in the whole console online community. You want to play these games together kind of stuff. And then moving forward a few years, like, I used to email Major Nelson. I used to email him.
Talk about it.
And he would respond on email, because that's how early all this stuff was. That nobody knew, you know, what they were doing back then. So I would still go to E3 every year during that point. And obviously you had PlayStation 2 and GameCube, Xbox stuff. And then we get to 05. That's when Danny Pena started Gamertag Radio. And I used to listen to Gamertag because he used to spam the Team Xbox forums all the time about come listen to my show. And then he got the scoop when they were bringing out the 360, where he got the PMS clan on, because they had taped it early in Hollywood, the 360 reveal. And they were part of it, and they got to play Perfect Dark Zero and all that. Somehow, some way, he hustled, so he got them on the show, and he released it, and Microsoft made him take it down. But I heard it. I was like, this is wild. This is crazy. And so it was him, and then there was another show called DreamStation.cc. And another good friend of mine, Chris Palladino. I used to listen to those shows all the time back in 05. And then I remember one day, now I think we're in 06 at this point, but then I remember one day I'm watching whatever video, and both these mofos are up in Seattle at a Lord of the Rings event for Xbox. And look, I'm not gonna lie, I saw that and I go, yo, and I remember I was telling my buddy at the time, I was like, yo, you get to go to Xbox. I was like, I want to do this too. So this is what I did. I emailed both of them. Hey, because me and my buddy were like, we're going to start our own podcast. It was called The Old School Gamers. Terrible.
Salute to the old school game. Salute to the OGs.
Yeah. So I emailed Danny and I emailed Chris, and I'm like, hey, we started this new podcast. We're trying to get tips. Like, what do you need to do? All that kind of stuff. So Chris actually hit me back right away. And I'll never forget this. And I'll talk about this later. But it was a Saturday morning. He literally hits me up on Skype and he walked me through, hey, here's what you need to record. Here's kind of mics you need. Like, he walked me through everything.
Beautiful.
He didn't even have to respond to me. He
didn't have to do that.
That's love.
And then 3 weeks later, Danny basically did the same thing because he was out on vacation or whatever it was. But anyways, to keep it short and sweet, they were two early mentors for me. So then that led me starting Uncle Gamer Radio. And I did Uncle Gamer Radio from June of 2006 until October of 2011. And during this time period, Danny and I became really good friends. Chris wound up working for Xbox. And he, again, because there's a lot of luck in all this stuff, right? So so even before I get to the Chris thing, so I started Gamertag Radio in 2006. I won a contest to go to the Gears of War launch event in Hollywood. So I went, and just everything's terrible. The audio from it, everything's terrible. I was sucked as a podcaster back then. But I met Luke Smith at that event.
Wow.
And that's when he was at 1UP. So this is before he was at Bungie or any of that stuff, right? And we were drinking and having a good time, the whole thing. So we became cool out of that. And then flash forward beyond that, because I'll get to that later. But then flash beyond that, Chris Palladino, he's at Xbox. He invited me to the Crackdown event that they had in early 2007. Yo, I had no business being there. I didn't know what I was doing. It just so happened I had established that relationship with him, right? So he invited me. And that kind of got my foot in the door with Xbox. I got to meet Major Nelson. I got to see Xbox Live. I got to do all this stuff back then. That then led to me becoming an Xbox MVP. So, which kind of gave me more access into stuff that Xbox was doing and all that back in those early days. Now, meantime, Danny and I have become friends at this point, like really good friends. And he would help, he would help me. He would always mentor me and tell me, yo, you got to get out your house. You got to do this. You got to do that kind of thing. So we basically became collaborators during this time and always friends, always helping each other out. Like, I got an interview with Ken Levine for BioShock before BioShock came out. Again, I don't know how I was doing this stuff back then because I didn't know nobody, but I somehow hustled my way to get an interview with Ken Levine. And I remember Danny gave me the great advice. He was like, yo, when you put this out, you have to say it's exclusive. Because nobody else has this as a podcast. You got to do that. So I did that, put it out. It wound up being really good. I got really cool with people at 2K, got early access to BioShock at the time. All this stuff is happening during this time. Again, Danny and I are really good friends. He's constantly mentoring me, helping me out. So another milestone, like you brought up Mass Effect 2 at one point. So again, it's about relationships is the whole point I'm trying to make here. I had met a PR person over the years. So then by the time 2010 came up, this PR person was working at EA. And she got me access to Casey Hudson.
Stop.
Let's go.
Yeah. Before Mass Effect 2 came out. I ain't gonna lie, to this day, best interview I've ever done in my life because I researched,
that one
I
you
prepared,
cherish.
I knew everything about it, had this conversation with Casey, and I'll never forget, it kind of went viral in the BioWare community because I remember the forums blew up, so they loved it and all that kind of stuff. But all that happened because you're establishing those relationships over the years, right? You treat people with respect. It's a two-way street with respect and all that kind of stuff, right? You never dismiss someone because they're in one position today because you never know where they're going to be tomorrow.
Exactly.
So the whole point I'm making on that is we do all that. My co-host on Uncle Gamer wound up getting a job at EA in 2011. And then I was like, you know what? I'm only doing this because it's fun. I've already seen and done so many great things in the industry. I'm good. I retired. I'm done. But I'm still friends with Danny at this point, Pete and all that. We're friends. We're just friends, legit friends. So BioShock Infinite comes out in 2013. Big fan of that. Again, the kind of the legacy with Ken Levine and stuff, right? So I just would love the game. Danny was like, hey, you should come on GTR and talk about it. Okay.
The experience,
I'll come on. Wound up coming on. People that was listening really liked when I was on and kind of was like, yo, you should get Parris come on and more, blah, 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 blah.
Nice.
So then Pete reaches out to me and goes, yo, you should come on full time. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Was you retired from podcasting?
I was done. I had stopped in, like I said, I stopped in October of 2011. This is March of 2013 at this point. So I was out. I was
you got burnt out, or was it?
No, it
was All right, because from what I'm hearing, is you was going to a lot of shows. You had a lot of meetings.
Yeah.
You was doing a lot of things. You put out the videos and stuff like that, and you said you reached a high point. And I want to know, did you reach that burnout point that you had to recharge your batteries, or what?
No, It wasn't a burnout thing. It was because I still live by this philosophy. It wasn't fun because again, my co-host,
there we go.
He was in the industry at this point, so. I was like bringing in other people and it wasn't a good fit and I didn't really want to do it by myself. And I was looking at it as, I've traveled the world at this point, seeing games. I'm like, I'm good. I can walk away from this kind of stuff. So I just walked away, but obviously I still love gaming. Right. So when, Danny and Pete made the offer, at first I was hesitant. Like, look, I come on when I can. I don't know. Right. I've been full-time ever since that point, right? That's awesome, right? And I just became a part of GTR, and obviously everything we've done with GTR since 2013. Like we actually, the year after that, Danny and I got to interview Phil Spencer.
I was just about to stop you, brother, because we ain't go gloss up. We gotta set this up, brother. This is iconic talk right now. Because for me, shout out to Danny, shout out to Peter. You guys have been grinding and doing it so long. You hit the conventions, you're going out, you're putting the groundwork, and I don't want to, minimize that. But like to see that and to see the level of stature of people that you continue to get on the show and all of the things that you broke on GTR was iconic. But I want to lead you now to this moment where you guys get Phil Spencer, King.
That's Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer.
Correct.
But at this time, you was talking to Phil Spencer. You wasn't talking to Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer.
They were talking
he's talking to Dominus at this time. Excuse me. I do apologize, sir.
We apologize.
I do apologize, sir.
Well, so let me say this because I want to be crystal clear to everyone that's watching or listening to this right now. Everything I've done in the gaming industry, that's why I mentioned Danny and Chris at the top. I owe it to them. And even more, even beyond those early days, Danny. I'm not doing this without Danny Payne. That's just 100, right? And that's why I'll just say it right here. I don't care where you get at in the industry, always try to pay it forward, right? Always try to bring the next people up. That's just how it works. Because if he didn't respond, if him and Chris didn't respond to me on email, and they didn't have to, they did it because they wanted to. I'm not here, right? And then even beyond that, you still got to put in the work and all the effort that goes along with that. But anyways, going back to what you're saying. So Danny is the one, he wrote a letter to Don Matrick after the 2013 fiasco with the Xbox One. Basically, like, you ain't listening to the community, you need to talk to us, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, that went unanswered. But that letter went around internally inside of Microsoft. And we're convinced because of that, Phil Spencer agreed to do an interview with us at E3 2014 because now at this point he's taken over. He's he's less than a year on the job.
Yes, correct.
And it was great. It's funny because seeing Phil now compared to Phil back then, it's the same dude. Which is a great thing about him because I remember we're all nervous like
it's the big one
stuff. He walks in. I think it was Ori was in the meeting room we're in, and Danny's playing it, and Phil walks in. He was like, "Put my controller down." And we're like, oh, and it was joking, right? But it was a great conversation we had with him. And I was bluntly honest with him. I was like, I don't like Connect. I don't know why you put it in there, that whole thing. But that kind of set the table for us with our relationship with Xbox and everything that's been happening since. But like you're saying, man, it's that hustle of don't be afraid to get outside your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to go out and meet people. So I'll tell the Bonnie Ross story really quick.
Let's go.
So the year after that, 2015, Master Chief Collection is about to come out, right? Yeah. So they're doing, behind closed doors meetings and all that kind of stuff. And Bonnie Ross and someone else from 343 is doing the behind closed door thing for the Master Chief Collection. Me and Danny are sitting in there. Danny leans over to me. Hey, after this is done, should we interview Bonnie Ross? Absolutely. Yes. Sounds like a great idea. In other words, Danny's saying he's going to do it. All right. Come out. He gets done. He gets Bonnie over. Bonnie's sitting there waiting. I'm off to the side chilling. He looks at me. He goes, Parris, my throat. I can't. Hands on the microphone. No. I was like deer in the headlight. Like, oh no. In my head, full panic. Yeah. To me, because I've never listened to it. I refuse to listen to it. Worst thing we have ever done. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I probably talked 10,000 miles an hour. That interview was probably 30 seconds long. I don't know. All I did was hit the eject button. But I say this to say this. 2016 we're at E3. They're having the Xbox. It was almost like the fan fest stuff they do now, right?
Yep.
Bonnie Ross and Kiki Wolfkill are there. And it's me, Danny, and Pete. And we go over, we're talking to them casually in a conversation. So I bring it up to her. I go, yo, last year, you probably remember this. I met you. I panicked in my head. Whatever. And we're all laughing. And then she says to me, and this has stuck with me since. Let's go. I was just as nervous as you probably was doing that interview.
Yeah.
Right? And it clicked. I'm telling you, it was a moment that really everything clicked and came into focus for me. I'm like, wait a minute. These are just people.
Yes.
They're just people like me. Okay, she's in this position, whatever, but at the end of the day, she got the same insecurities and fears and all that stuff that I do, right? They're just people. And I'm telling you, since that moment, light switch went on. And I just treat everyone the same.
I feel you, bro.
You get jitters and all that kind of stuff, but I'm never nervous anymore because of that. And I try to pass that advice along to people. Just treat people the way that you want to be treated. Go into these interviews. I don't care what position they're in. They're just people, man. So it's like, flash forward all the way till last year, we interviewed Phil Spencer again. Literally right before the pandemic started. And, that's how we treated it, man. And we had a great conversation with him just about the future plans with the Series X. And I remember I was asking him about VR and their plans in Japan and all that kind of stuff. And that, because I know you're going to ask the question about, my quote unquote ascension in the gaming or whatever. But that kind of kicked it off, I think. Because
my question to you, right? Because I'm hearing all the Xbox talk and a Nintendo dude growing up. Right? And you went to this E3, you forged your way in, right? And and you just happenstance to Xbox. Xbox is happenstance. Like you walked in the store, let me get it. That wasn't on your radar,
no,
right? Your idea goal was Nintendo. Have you ever got any Nintendo interviews or something like that in that area that you were, seeking, like speaking to Reggie Fils-Aimé or something like that? Because I think Reggie is the most gangster CEO ever. To be honest, that's just my opinion of it because I make little scenarios in my head. But my question to you, have you gotten any interviews with any Nintendo people? Because this is your heart, this is your soul, this is the stuff that you grew up on and you fanboy on this point before the Microsoft stuff. Any Nintendo stuff?
No. And I'll explain why. So we did get Reggie earlier this year. I actually unfortunately couldn't be on it, but again, he's not at Nintendo at this point. I have met and conversed with Shigeru Miyamoto, which I almost passed the F out when that happened. Right?
Yes, sir.
Legend.
As far as like official interview, I've gotten review code and stuff like that from Nintendo, but this is the point I'll make here because I know there's various people out there that may or may not like my opinions and think I have biases
towards
certain things. I completely agree. I probably talk so much Xbox in those early days. They were very community focused and they helped get me to where I am. That's just the God honest truth. And they have been very open to doing interviews with some of their top people, things like that. The truth is this, Nintendo and PlayStation have not been that open when it comes to stuff like that. And it's not a thing of, I hate PlayStation or Nintendo or anything like that. It's true. Look,
just honesty.
We want content.
Same here.
Yes.
If you're going to give us content, we're going to take it. Trust me.
Right.
PlayStation's got a lot better. I have a great working relationship with PlayStation now, but back then, absolutely not. And Nintendo's still that way. But I still love Nintendo. I still say, some of the greatest. Again, I say that Nintendo is the greatest developer in the world because they're always innovative and they always take risks and they always do things the other two won't.
Yes, exactly.
That's why you have the Switch. That's why we have a wireless controller. That's why we have Rumble. That's why you have all these things.
Yeah, that's why you got Labo. Shout out to Cardboard.
They're willing to take those risks. So it's just a thing of we've just not had the opportunities. We would love them.
I get you. I had a question real quick.
I really had to ask that question because it was in my head.
No, I'm not muted. I was just waiting for King to stop talking. Look, I'm trying to interrupting. Okay,
bro, your IPS is lit.
I wanted to go in on double down on, like you said, like Parris, about being kind of nervous and in a setting that you're not comfortable with.
Right.
There is one particular thing in ILP I will never forget. We was in a line for Bleeding Edge, and regardless how you feel about Bleeding Edge, we're sitting there, and the person in charge of Bleeding Edge,
Ronnie Tucker,
she comes like, we snatched this chick in mid stroll. It's just like,
it was
an interview.
You was like, yo, that's the header. You need to interview her now. So me and Saul were like, okay. And there was one of the moments.
So we were sitting there in line, and she's like, yeah, sure. So we're next in line. Like,
yes,
we're about to come up.
Yes.
And she's like, well, you guys are about to go. And he's like, no, they can go past us. And,
and we did the interview live on the show floor.
We had half the people, like, obviously they had like the little line made with those red velvet ropes or whatever they're called. Yeah. So we have half the team on one side, half the team on the other side. And we're trying to do this. We're trying to let the people go through in a kind manner. Yeah. It was like, it was definitely one of those things where it's like you had to move at the last minute.
Absolutely. And not to cut you, just that it's that, you know, when Parris is talking about like his Bonnie Ross situation, it reminds me of, shout out to LogNet if they're in the building, Platinum Games. We were able to secure one. And having these two legends, you know what I'm saying, and the translator, and it's just like, I've never done anything like this before, but it was such an opportunity. I was like, I cannot miss this, and I have to try my best to make this work. You know,
do you remember that time Thanos pulled me over to the side and was like, "Listen, you want to interview Nina Christensen,
yes, from
the head of Ninja Theory." And this was FanFest. I'm by myself. I don't do interviews, so I'm holding the camera. I'm doing the interview. And I'm nervous as hell, but I'm talking to her that year at FanFest, and I get the interview. This is when Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer.
No, at the time he wasn't on.
He wasn't Aurelius at that time.
He wasn't Aurelius at that time. He was just Phil Dominus.
As Gary would have said, he was the Dark Lord.
I love what Gary would have said.
He was climbing the ranks in King's
He was climbing. Yeah. So at that point, this is when they acquired Ninja Theory. The following year, I saw her, and every time Larry Herb sees me, he yells out, "What's up, Bronx?"
What's up, Bronx?
Yeah, I love Larry Herb. So I saw her. She was walking through the crowd, and I got a chance to speak to her later on that night because we was at FanFest, and I said, "Yeah, I saw you walking through the crowd," because now we already have a conversation. We already know each other. I saw you walking through the crowd. You were soaking it up. She was like, "No, I made the wrong mistake. I walked the wrong way, and now I'm walking through the crowd." So I said, that's the honesty thing, but she stuck around, and like you said, these people that we hold in such high regard are people too.
Yeah, that's
and she's been such a wonderful, nice person that we distance ourselves from those people, but they're not. We are the same.
We're the same.
I understand. So go ahead, Parris.
Absolutely, man.
One other question, Parris. You mentioned that you have a really good relationship with PlayStation. So the question I have for you is, like, have you gotten any sense as to why they sort of shifted away from having like forward-facing faces, much like in the way that Xbox is doing? Because we don't have a Jack Tretton anymore. We don't have a Shuhei Yoshida. Is there any indication that you've gotten as to why they've moved away from that? Because it works so well for them in the PS4 generation.
Yeah, none. And I'm with you on that. I think if there was one thing about, let me be clear about this about PlayStation. I know there's been a lot of doom and gloom and skies falling with them. Yo, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna put out a summer event.
Yeah, King.
All these games, everyone's gonna go crazy on them. They're gonna be fine. But if I had one criticism of it is, where's Adam Boyce? Where's the Geo? Yeah. Like you're saying, Yoshida. Like, where's that face? That's the
right
one
now
thing.
On Masvidal.
Yeah,
that's the one. All right, and they're overconfident.
Oh,
yeah,
and that's gonna get them knocked out.
I disagree on that.
But I don't think I don't say it to to elicit a response or whatever, because like this part is for you, right? We can talk all this other stuff about it, but I don't, because I want to know about Parris.
No,
right.
So time on that, but let's continue with Parris.
We could debate that with another day. I'll just simply say the rapid thing on PlayStation. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and I if I had a critique, it'd be nice if they did have a more public face that people can relate to and point things towards. But I mean, just going back to me, I get, like I said, with the Phil Spencer thing that happened early last year, that kind of kicked off with all this crazy stuff that's been happening in the last year. I mean, obviously the cyberpunk stuff happened even before that, you know, when that went viral, and obviously, like, look, we know last year the chair and
we'll get into that later.
And all that other stuff.
We're gonna get into that.
But unfortunately, and I hate to say it this way, but it's kind of true. The death of George Floyd last year in a unfortunate way did help me because it brought more awareness to Black creators in this space. It opened some doors for people to want to give people more opportunity. So shout out to Ryan McCaffrey first and foremost. I know Cognito, you've been on there. I always ride with that dude because it was dumb luck. One day he just needed someone to come on, and it wound up being me and him doing Unlocked one day. And I almost said no, ironically enough, but I went on. Him and I just one-on-one did this thing, and there was a great reception from that. Led to me doing more things with IGN over the summer. Greg Miller over at Kind of Funny had me come in and do an episode with Blessing, which went really well. Shout out to Alana Pierce, because when they started Xcast, she's the one that was like, you got to get Parris on here. I wanted to get Parris on here. So I came on, co-hosted a couple times. Feedback on that was really good, which then when she left, led to the full-time position stuff. But it's just been crazy, you know, over the summer, just getting a lot of different opportunities. Like, you know, I hosted that Night City Wire. I hosted the IGN Xbox showcase thing. Obviously the stuff I've done with Kind of Funny and everything. I've been able to branch even outside of gaming. I've been doing some stuff with New Rockstars, you know, with some of the MCU stuff, and you know, I've done some sponsored stuff with Nvidia as well. I mean, it's been cool, and you know, I'm very appreciative, and I'm always very humble of that. And I know, I know some people see those opportunities, say, you sold out, you did this, you did that. I was like, bro, it ain't about selling out. It's about, I'm always hustling. If you got an opportunity, look, let me put it this way. If an opportunity comes your way, what would you do? And the ones that say, no, I wouldn't take it, you're lying. It's just true. That's just the God honest truth. Because of course you want to take advantage of these opportunities. Of course, you know, we're in this whole content creation biz, and you know, we want to get access to things. And sorry, but marketing is a part of it. So I know you were talking about the cyberpunk thing. CD Projekt Red has sent me things. Yes, Xbox has sent me things. PlayStation has sent me things. It's a part of it, man. I mean, but the one thing, whether people want to believe me or not, my opinion is my opinion. If something's great, I'm gonna tell you it's great. If something sucks, I'm gonna tell you it sucks. As an example, when Xbox decided to try and pull the okie doke, we're gonna charge you $120 for Xbox Live Gold because secretly we want to push everyone towards Game Pass. It's like, come on, this is ridiculous. You can't do that. And they changed. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say two quick questions because you're expounding on so many amazing points. And the two things is, one, the joke, because I see the chair in the back. Because the rumor is you Illuminati now, Parris. They say that you get Illuminati, that you signed the contract. Anybody with the yellow chair is in. So I just need to know, have you been...
Did you make a blood pact?
Did you make the blood
pact? I'll tell you this, because I told you this offline when we were doing Xcast. I purposely make sure that chair is behind me at all times, because I know it makes people mad. Because to me, it's the dumbest freaking thing in the world to be mad over a yellow chair. Oh, you got a chair, so you sold out. Come on, dummy, really? It's like a chair is a chair. It's like, no, go ahead.
No, I tell people all the time, you know, because they call me Captain Game Pass. Right? And I tell them, listen, I'm bought and sold.
Don't believe anything I say.
Let me tell you, I am brought and sold. Shout out to Aaron Greenberg, and I say it every day, all day. You know, so and they know why. But again, if you go to these events and stuff is offered to you, or you get an email and they say, hey, we're gonna send you a review copy, or we're gonna do this, or we're gonna do this, you're in this business to do that. Right now, your opinion afterwards, and you don't want to be disparaging or rude, because they want everybody to either be rude, either hate something or love it all the way. And if you're in the middle, they think you sold out. You know, so and that's not how it goes. You could be in the middle and lukewarm on certain things and point out flaws and point out positives, and that can happen. even if you got a review copy.
Right.
So if anybody feels any way, and I tell them ahead of time, I've been brought and sold with certain stuff. When it comes my way for free, I'm gonna let you know ahead of time.
We all have biases with certain things. We get
It's
that.
true.
But at the end of the day, like Parris is saying, you know, it's his job to give his honest opinion on something. It serves no purpose for anyone to be frauding on something, you know, because you're not doing yourself this service, you're not doing the community a service. So one thing I respect is, like you said, when there's times when both Xbox and PlayStation do things that we don't like, and I've seen you on the front lines very vocal. This is not it. You know, like you said, with the Xbox Live thing. I just want to, I'm gonna get you started. I just want to ask one other question, because the thing I want to commend you is in my opinion, like I said, your grind, the work ethic, you know, the hustle. You know, a lot of us in the community are extremely proud of you. You know, and seeing as a content creator of color, right? Seeing what the work you put in. So my question I have is, for our brothers who may be frustrated that they're working really hard, they're really trying, you know what I mean, and that maybe their voice is not heard, what advice may you give to them to say, okay, keep your head up, or to keep pushing forward to try to get them, you know, mentally out of the doldrum of like, man, I'm really trying, but I don't seem to be getting any opportunity?
The thing that I always say on this is, first and foremost, do it because it's fun. Do this because you love to do it.
Preach.
Stop paying attention to the numbers, because it will drive you absolutely insane. Because here's the truth of the matter. When you first start out, I don't care what kind of content is you're doing, the only people that's going to be listening to it is you, your mama, and maybe your auntie.
Facts. We was bad when our friends wasn't in the chat. Continue.
Right. But you know, you have to be consistent with whatever it is you're doing. You obviously got to put in the work behind it, but have patience, be consistent with it. Again, I know we're in the pandemic right now, but once we're out of it, go to events, even if they're local events. If you can't go to a Comic-Con or a PAX or whatever, you got to go to that. You got to put face to name with a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I talk about my early days with this stuff. Like, I bring up the Luke Smith thing that I talked about at the beginning. Luke and I met before he was the whole creator thing of Destiny and all that kind of stuff. But we established that relationship early on. It's not like he's my best friend and we talking every day, but you know, we might have a conversation here or there. And, you know, obviously, you know, when I see him at an event, you know, we have conversations, but you're establishing that relationship. And it's like, anytime I see him, I go, man, I'm so proud of you.
You've seen the ascension.
Look where you've gone. And the same things goes with your content creation. Just because you've not reached the point where you're getting the yellow chair and people can be mad at you, doesn't mean that you're not going to get there one day, right? Because if you make dope content, it will get discovered eventually. But you got to put in the work to help it along the way. Use social media as a tool. Anyone follows me on Twitter, I am very meticulous with what I tweet out and what I talk about. There's a method to my madness a lot of the times with the stuff that I say. Do that. Use that as a platform to reach. And look, don't be spamming people and doing all that kind of crazy stuff. But do that. Get out there, shake hands, kiss babies. Go try to, you know, if you can, guest appear on other people's shows or invite people to your shows and all that kind of stuff. Because you never know that person that you meet today where they're going to be at tomorrow, right? But it starts with you. You have to stay consistent with it. Just because you aren't seeing the success that you have, that you want today, doesn't mean you're not going to get it tomorrow. If you're a streamer, set up your schedule. Let people know when they can expect your content to come out. Same as if you podcast. Obviously, like you guys do this stuff on Sunday. I already know, mental note, 10 a.m. on a Sunday. If it ain't football season, I can watch. Right? You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
That's a part of it, man. And here's the most important thing of all. Be yourself. Be who you are. Because the one thing that I always take pride in, the way I'm talking to you right now,
that's how you
I'm
are.
I'm that same dude when we meet in person. It's no different.
Preach it, brother.
I'm not the gimmick guy. I don't pretend to be a character and all this stuff. Well, see, I'm really not like that in real life. I only do that on the show. It's like, come on, just be yourself.
I gotta say, Parris, I really appreciate you coming on and addressing that stuff, because you get a lot of flack from the community sometimes about, like what you said, people assuming you've sold out and this, that, and the next. And to hear the story about your grind and your hustle. Again, even today, we had some people in the chat that had to be sort of timed out because they were being rude, and they were being rude because they come in with presuppositions of who you are and what you've done and don't listen to your story. And if there's one thing that we try to promote here, is like everybody has a voice that needs to be heard. And when you really stop and listen to the stories, a lot of things you assume about people are wrong.
Yep.
Can I say this real quick along what you're saying? So I'm actually glad you said that, because I catch a lot of stuff online because people only get half the story, or they don't actually put in the actual work or research to get the full story because they want to be mad at you. I've learned that. Trust me, as I've quote unquote grown in popularity and in awareness and all that kind of stuff. I forget who said that. It might have been Joe Rogan that said this, but the more popular you get, the more haters you're going to get. It's just how it works, because someone's always going to be upset with something that you say or you do. You can't worry about that stuff. You just got to be yourself. I'm myself. Whether you think I sold out or not, that is literally why I keep that chair in the background, because it's a you problem if it upsets you. It's not a me problem, because that's a very comfortable chair. Right?
I like how it's sitting there by itself.
I know you purposely
trolling.
Exactly.
You know what I was gonna ask you?
We gotta get addicted after this.
I was gonna ask you, why you not sitting in that comfortable chair?
Oh, you wanna know why? You wanna know why? Because I'm sitting in this Herman Miller chair, which is even more comfortable. So
say it again.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you wearing your BO Play portals too, sir?
But I got them right here. You know what I'm saying? Just like I got my PlayStation 5 right here, just like I got my Series X right here. Just like the Xbox refrigerators right there. It's
We got an expression. They pocket watching, bro. They pocket watching you, bro. They pocket.
But the reason I bring that up is this, again, going back to the silly chair thing, like the cyberpunk thing, right? Anyone that's mad at me, did you take the 5 minutes to actually go see what I said in my review?
They never do. They never do.
Yep, they didn't. They didn't listen. Yep.
I mean, I literally leave it at that. When I see people say crazy stuff like that, do you actually consume my content to see what I say, or do you see a picture I put on social media?
Correct.
And make judgment, or put your meme out, or any of this other stuff. Come on, man. Really? It's like I'm a grown ass man with 3 kids, you know, trying to make a living. And it's like, this gaming stuff ain't how I make my living. This ain't how I make my bread. I do it because it's fun.
Brother. We IT brother. I got to get at it because he's been waiting patiently. His IPS is great.
I want to bring up first off, I have like a list of stuff because I've been trying to talk for a couple of minutes. So, first thing, like I remember I was in a podcast where you came up and they were talking about the chair thing, and I remember thinking, I shut them all down because I was like, okay, because I was like, first off, almost everyone you know gets reviewed because you just don't know it. Some people don't even bring up the fact they got the review code, which is illegal pretty much. And second off, like if you don't like people because they get free merchandise, almost every influencer that you like in whether it's NBA, man, they all get free stuff. You gonna hate them? Like I'm just like, look, like you got that chair because you went to these events, you met the people, and then they liked you. And it's not like everyone got a chair. Like they mad because they didn't get a chair, and they mad because like I love how you brought up, you know, going to the events. At the end of the day,
we tell people all the time that helped us tremendous. Continue at it.
I'm always one of the advocates. It's like I do feel like doors are intentionally shut on people, and for the most part, I will say that. The gaming industry is definitely a gatekeeping industry in multiple avenues, and it's almost like you got to sit there and try every key, man. If you was in a horror movie, you'd be dead. You know, I'm always one of those people. It's like, what else can you do to open these doors? And then you look around. It's like if you're not going to events, which is the biggest door opener that you could get to, and what it is,
face to name.
Yep, man. Shout out to King. Cameras.
King got us on camera. King got us with the shirts.
Yeah, you got to do that too.
Being the marketing director of ILP, a lot of things I do is bold and a little bit different. I don't look at other people's podcasts too much because I don't want it to convolute my thoughts going forward. And I know you can understand that stuff like that. So when you say, you check in here and there, because you're doing your thing, you're focused on your thing, bringing your brand up and stuff like that. So certain things I feel is definitely needed. One, you must be a man of the people. So when I'm out in California, going through the line, not worrying about playing video games all week long, I'm going through the line, handing out free ILP shirts and handing out cards and talking to people and getting to know people, not worrying about, can I play this game or can I do this, and going to do these interviews, even if it's at the Super Bowl, which is California E3, and going to PAX going to the playoffs, going to March Madness, because I feel like PAX is March Madness.
Facts.
And I'm going to each and every developer. It's not one developer I don't hit. I hit every interview. We do 75 interviews within that period of time that we're there. We're doing all the content there, and I'm trying to get every game there. I have a formula on how we work. And the branding means a lot. So when somebody says, "Oh, I love the logo," or "I love how you're doing this," or "I love this is on," I take pride in that, you know. And you have to put in the work to get the results.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You have to.
And finish, and then we got it. We're running over.
Yes,
It's like I said, like, you know, going to these events, you open yourself up to these people. They put a face to the name. Oh, the majority of the connections we have is because we went to PAX, because we went to E3. It's just like, let's be real here. Going to these events is not cheap at all whatsoever. You know, we had to fly from the East Coast to the West to go to E3. We've done it 3 or 4 times, and it's just like, you got to put in the work, you know. And it's like I said, there are a lot of scenarios where even you put in the work, you're just not getting any visibility, and you know, that is definitely a hard thing to face. But it's just like, you got to get into these communities. You got to talk to these people face to face. You know, you got to meet the community managers. And one thing I've always said, like, a lot of the time people are gatekeeping themselves. Like, you're going on Twitter, you're saying some crazy stuff because you don't agree with what someone said.
Parris was to jump in.
Hold on, let me
no,
finish.
Parris was to jump in on your point.
I just want to finish my statement.
I'm
sorry.
It's like you think people don't see that? You think people don't see you flipping out on a community manager because you don't agree with something the company did? You think that company's going to want to work with you anymore?
On something.
So on those exact lines, if I could pass along any advice to anyone watching or listening to this, the internet never forgets.
Yes.
There's an old saying, you can't take pee out the ocean, because when you, and this is real. When you hop on social media and you acting a damn fool, someone is watching that. I promise you. And you might be acting a fool today, but then 3 years from now, you've quote unquote gotten your act together, and now you want to do this. Those receipts will be pulled.
Good point. Again, no, you're right.
I would tell anyone, look at what I engage and disengage with on Twitter, because I'm not going to sit here and argue with you if I like PlayStation or not.
Right.
Go ask PlayStation if I like PlayStation, because right. That's not my problem. I engage with people that are trying to succeed, that are trying to be motivated, they're trying to be positive. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time engaging with negative people that are simply trying to drag you down to their level. That's all they're trying to do. So it's like, again, if you're trying to make it as a content creator, do not engage with this negativity. Someone says your content sucks, say thank you very much and move on.
God bless.
And the crazy part. Oh, sorry.
No. Please go ahead.
I would just say the crazy part is, like, people feel like, you know, oh, they're attacking Parris because he got a chair. Oh, he you can't trust his opinion on Cyberpunk. It's like, look, there's a difference between being constructively criticizing a company and bashing a company.
Right.
And I feel like most people want you to bash a company. They don't want you to construct a company. They don't want you to give a feedback that people can understand. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're being 100% with them, they're going to understand that, and they're going to take that to heart, and they're going to improve on that. But if you come out and be like, this is bull, like, you know, say you flip out on them, they've literally already blocked you. They don't even
be
care.
Respectful. You could disagree, you could not like something, but you got to be respectful. It's how you talk to people. And like Parris said, you made tremendous points, again, about the receipts, about everything you do. Again, even if you transform yourself, like you said, get your act together, so to speak, down the road, these things will come back to haunt you, and people will pull that up on your history. So that
Trust me when I tell you, you will be shocked.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Who listens,
who sees what you say.
Yes.
And won't reply, won't say nothing, and then you'll be at an event 2 years later. Oh yeah, I know you because you say that.
Absolutely. It's real talk. We gotta move on. I just want to shout out real quick, because I know we run it. I get time's limited. The legendary Danny Pena is in the chat, so I had to salute. You know what I'm saying? Your boys in here, man.
And let me say again, if he didn't hear me before, I'll say it again, because to everybody, Danny Pena. When we talk this whole podcasting game, this gaming thing, and all that, that is the OG. I am not here without that dude. He started all this for all of us. We're not doing this without Danny Pena because he was the one that had the foresight back in those early days that, hey, there's something we can do with this gaming thing. And when I say us, I'm talking people of color, real talk, because there's not enough of us that are doing this right now. And that is why I support the Iron Lords. That is why I sneak watch and stealth watch.
What is that football season? What is that football season?
When it's football season, we're in the bushes.
No, but look, we got to move because I want to at least get you in for one topic.
Sure.
I know you time straight, but I got, again, let's do the question that we asked all the Lords in the row. I gotta get this.
Curious
this is very contentious. I need to know Lord Parris's top 5 video games or franchises of all time. Yeah, let's go.
Super Mario Brothers. Okay, Super Mario Brothers 3. Man, ooh, that's tough.
Tough.
That's tough to say a top 5 because I feel like I'm gonna get locked into this. Look, I'm just feeling like this.
When you come back,
it can change. You can edit it.
Yeah, there's no order to this, but Super Mario Brothers 3, Mass Effect 2.
Whoa! Say it again. Say it one more time again.
Mass Effect 2.
Okay, thank you, Soft. Thank you.
Parris, you're wrong.
That's fine. I'm conflicted of saying, I'll just say The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time combined.
Yeah, okay, so the franchise.
Okay. Yeah, the franchise.
No Skyward Sword for Addict?
Nah.
Well, listen. Okay, he didn't say no, there's no Skyward Sword, but I see you in July. I see you in July.
Why did you try to say the franchise when he mentioned 2 games?
Okay, first of all, he mentioned 3 games. That was one. I mean, you gotta listen to the man.
Your game in the negative light.
Time. We gonna get into arguments.
I'm not gonna say time on that. He gonna attack me, and I'm not gonna. First of all, the man told you to stop looking at the headlines and read the paragraph. So 3, he didn't say 1.
All right, fair enough. We got those 3. Two more.
All right, this one's gonna surprise you.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Mega Man 2.
Ooh,
okay. Surprise. Okay, that's good.
Okay, one more.
I have a hard time putting modern games in it. I really do, because again, my legacy, my love of gaming started back then. So that's why I kind of lived back then. Man, that 5th one is tough for me because there's just so many floating around in my head that I want to say. But
arcade games. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. I honestly, I'd probably say Pac-Man, dude, because that was my joint back then. That was my thing. I mean, but look, I have love for Uncharted 2. I have love for Spider-Man. I have love for God of War. You know, I have love for Halo 3 as an example. And I'm kind of torn between, is it Halo 2 or Halo 3, which one I think is my favorite. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the original BioShock is another one that comes to mind for me as well. So I mean, there are definitely so many, but Zelda, Mario, like I said, Mega Man, those are the ones that instantly come to mind when I think greatest games for me all the time.
And a final question: favorite console of all time and why? Yeah, all generation, any generation.
Remember the internet.
I'm not. No. This is actually pretty easy. It's easy. I'm just not sure which one I should lean on, but I'm gonna go NES.
Okay.
But it could be Super Nintendo as well. I almost feel like they're equals, but NES started it all for me. Like I said, now we bring Mike Tyson's Punch Out in there. Couldn't get past Super Macho Man to save my life. I'm gonna say NES. Yeah.
Okay, no doubt. So look, time constraints. So what we're gonna do, we'll skip poll. We'll get super chats after. Let's at least get Parris for one topic because we got 15 more minutes with him, and I want to get at least one in. So Addict, this is yours, I believe. Alleged contracts, right? That's what's going on, man.
Yeah, you know, my topic I wanted to talk about, people, is there was supposedly a contract with marketing that was leaked off of the Resident Evil marketing on terms of Sony and what Capcom and them agreed to. And it looks like in there's a little, we ain't want your stuff going to Game Pass for at least a year after release, which, you know, in hindsight, it's not really a big deal, but I did want to bring it to, because it looks like, you know, I said it a couple weeks ago. I do feel like Sony's going to start incorporating clauses into their contracts to prevent stuff from going to Game Pass. And, you know, people are saying it's anti-consumer. I guess in a way it is, but it's like, look, did you expect Sony just to like, oh, you can have we marketing it, you can put it on Game Pass? Like, it's not going to go work like that. And I wanted to go to the realm of like, do you guys think that, you know, something like this, if Sony really goes to the floor with it, you think it could affect Game Pass in the long run?
All right, no doubt. So let's get Lord Parris in again, like I framed it. This rumored contract, you know, this legal thing as far as exclusivity, parity, and possibly Game Pass being potentially excluded if this document is real.
Right.
Because again, we do not know this for a fact. So I don't know if you got a chance to see that. And if
I did.
You did, okay, cool. Then, you know, what are your thoughts on this type of thing? People blowing this up. Where you at with this, man?
It's kind of like something I said earlier. You got to remember at the end of the day, this is a business, right? When they're signing these deals and they're doing all that kind of stuff, they're going to put clauses in like this because, look, they're trying to get you to go buy the game on their platform and not go somewhere else to buy it, right? That's the whole point of making these deals and these partnerships. So while us, the consumer, can look at it and go, yeah, this is terrible. Why are they doing this? I don't like this. This is anti-consumer, blah, 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 blah. They're looking at it as, we're trying to make money, man. I mean, look, as a gamer, of course, look, I think everything should be on Game Pass because I think Game Pass is the greatest value in gaming. And I know people get mad when I say that, but it's true. But I could totally understand why Sony would look at something like that and go, hey, we'll make this deal, but no, you're not allowed to talk to Microsoft and put this thing on Game Pass. It has to be here for whatever agreed upon time that they come to. I like I said, I get it because there's this business at the end of the day. Do I like it? Absolutely not. I think it's a terrible thing, but I could totally understand. And I guess what I'm saying is I could totally get that as real. Right. Is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Lord Sov, your thoughts on this potential or alleged deal contract?
I mean, listen, obvious. It just seems, looking at it, it seems that it's a parody thing, right? Like to make sure, listen, these guys aren't going to get features and modes and things of that nature that we aren't going to get, right? That's a standard business practice, especially when you have a marketing deal. So that's something like, you know, it's just the way people interpret the language, right? And if you were to interpret it as Sony is doing things to prevent things from going to Game Pass, you know what? Good on them. You know why? Because all's fair in love and war.
That's what you're supposed to do.
And this is war. And Phil Spencer just took your franchise and went to your front. Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Sarah Bond.
You got to come up with a Sarah Bond there.
AKA the Dark Lord.
Yes.
He just took your franchise, walked to your front porch, and took a steaming hot one right on your front porch, and smiled and said, "I got your game."
Yes.
So you do what you have to do to compete, and if they don't have a direct counterpunch, exactly, it is one of those things. Like you do what you have to do to compete. If it is the case that there's something in there that means that you know it doesn't go to Game Pass for a year or 6 months or whatever. Good on them. They do what they have to do because they're not in a position to directly counterpunch Game Pass. They have to do what they've been doing: second-party deals, third-party exclusivity. But they have with 2 Square Enix titles now. They're gonna keep doing this sort of stuff. So if you think it's anti-consumer, you're in for a ride this generation because for sure. So again, good on them. Do what you got to do, and Microsoft is going to do what they have to do.
Exactly. Lord King, your thoughts on this, sir?
Okay, first, a lot of people thought that I would be on a different side of this. Oh, Sony's doing this crazy. First of all, I know this to be language, right? And I'm not a lawyer. So I'm not going to sit there and tell you I can read every line and tell you exactly what it is. This is standard procedure. More than likely, Microsoft have these stuff in the side of their contracts as well. But we don't have the benefit of having a Microsoft contract in front of us at this moment, right? So at this point in time, you're saying one person is squeaky clean while the other person is dirty. It's not dirty. This is business.
This is
like
business.
Said, this is war. But I go to say this. That was when Game Pass was in its infancy.
Right.
If it reaches that magical number of 30 million, that bag that you're offering Capcom is no longer viable because Capcom is going to say, I'm sorry, brother, that was nice. That 50 million that you gave us is cool, but I can make way more money in Game Pass, so I can't sign this contract. So I believe that type of counter to what's going on is not going to benefit them in the long run. But if this is a type of tactic to give them time while they get their service up and running, so they can keep stuff away, so they can have an actual formidable platform to go against Game Pass, and then when their platform is out, then they can actually compete. I can see this working very well to give them that distance and that time, because when you're not stronger than somebody, you have to have speed and combinations. You have to think with your head and your feet. So they can't stand there and go blow to blow, wallet for wallet with Microsoft at this point in time. Right? But they have to go, let me get this exclusive game for this period of time. Let me go get this for this period of time. Let me lock them out from this. You have to shut doors on a competitor as big and stronger than you. And I respect
Sony
this.
got to gatekeep Microsoft.
I respect the fight in them. And that this came out, I don't see what the uproar is. What did you want them to do?
Like,
roll over and say, put it in Game Pass?
To me, King, it's like, look, like, Sony, what's the point in Sony going out and you know, offering these marketing advantages, offering you know, a for on their store, when Microsoft literally can go right behind the deal and be like, yeah, that's cute. You want to go in Game Pass? We'll give you just as much.
We saw that with MLB The Show, right?
With MLB The Show, exactly. And then when you look at it, the thing is that now Microsoft, when you talk about 23 million subscribers, right? Microsoft, the argument that you would lose money not putting it on Game Pass is so strong now. It's only going to get stronger. Sony is going to have to pony up for these types of deals. They're going to have to.
Oh, excuse me. Words here.
Excuse me.
That's your damn language.
Pun not intended.
That was a Freudian slip. We don't use those words here, sir.
What's funny is Microsoft has what's more, when you do something but you didn't intentionally do it unintentionally, they've unintentionally made cost of stuff more expensive for Sony, because now when Sony goes to marketing stuff, you know, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but I'm assuming that in order for you to keep your service off a platform like Game Pass, you're gonna have to pay a little extra.
You might have to.
So it looks like they might have unintentionally raised costs for Sony, because now Sony got to do extra to make sure not only do they get the marketing deal, but it does not go on their.
It includes
their
that
platform.
language to say that. Well, let me jump in because again, time's limit and we got a hard stop for Paris. Look, at the end of the day, I'm with King. Like, this is like, there's a war going on. I told y'all, Mob Deep Survival of the Fittest. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You could run, you could hide your look. What I'm telling you, this is what it is right now. And at the end of the day, listen, we are privy to seeing something as gamers that we normally don't see, right? And these are the, shout out to Hogue Law, these are some of the structural things that are in place with these type of deals and contracts. And don't think your favorite provider or platform doesn't have these similar type deals. Remember Rise of the Tomb Raider and things of that nature? You know what I'm saying? Parris, you can relate. We're Destiny fans. We remember the language with, oh, you don't get, you know, Xbox doesn't get this.
Hawk Moon.
Yeah, Hawk Moon. You know the exotics, the strikes, the content. Yeah, go ahead, real quick.
I was just going to say the crazy part is, like, Sony knows they're on a timer. Like they know they got to do all this stuff because sooner or later the Halos are going to drop, the Avoweds are going to drop, and they're like, we got to maintain as much in our ecosystem before that stuff comes out and makes that already a great value even more of a value.
Right, and at the end of the day, look, it's business 101 in the sense that, you know, they're giving Capcom this $5 million of proposed marketing space, digital real estate. You know what I mean? It's an exchange. This is a beneficial. They have a huge base, a huge audience, and they're gonna get that relationship out of it. So that's what it is. And the other thing I know, one last thing I want to say about, I see it online. A lot of people are flipping about the parity portion. Right? Oh, you know, well, what about that? And are they going to forcefully limit the technical ability of the Series X? We have to be clear. We just came off of Marvel Avengers, right? Which literally Sony had the rights to the exclusive content with Spider-Man and stuff like that. If you look at the specifications, Digital Foundry did all that stuff. The Series X one was outperforming the PlayStation 5's Marvel Avengers on a technical level. So again, that right there already shows, one, that they're not in the room necessarily saying, hey, this cannot be higher than this frame rate. Also, with Resident Evil specifically, they just put out the whole spec list of Resident Evil on Xbox Series X, Resident Evil Village on what you call PlayStation 5, and it's literally, was it 4K 60 with HDR on both, 4K 40, 45, which is weird. That's another thing. Ray tracing, but whatever. At the end of the day, look, we don't know if the contract is 100% or it's been doctored, but at the end of the day, don't fool yourself as gamers as thinking that these type of things don't exist. I'll let you guys finish up before we roll.
I just want to.
Can I jump in because I'm looking? I know I'm limited on time. Because I want to just say this one overall thing about PlayStation and what Xbox, with Game Pass and all that kind of stuff. You're talking $1 trillion company versus a multi-billion-dollar company, where the $1 trillion company isn't relying on the gaming side of it to be profitable for the business, whereas you do have complete buy-in at the executive and at the CEO level of $1 trillion company. And yes, PlayStation is doing their thing and all that, but the difference on it is this: math is undefeated. It has always been undefeated. If Microsoft can go to these third-party publishers and show them, because Outriders is going to be a case study for this. MLB The Show, Octopath Traveler, all of that are case studies right now. If they're literally showing these third-party companies the data, and they're showing that whether a person gets it on Game Pass or buys it separately, it has created more engagement with your games. Company, and obviously Microsoft is making it financially viable. They're giving us some upfront cash and probably some stuff on the back end as well. It is going to be very hard for third-party companies moving forward to want to keep their content off of that service if it keeps trending the way that we're seeing. But how does PlayStation counter that? They have to continue making. Look, let's keep it real here. The last generation, we're all the best exclusive games. They're on PlayStation, because I know that's where I was playing them, right? Absolutely. So they need to continue doing that. But it is going to be hard for them to leverage the third-party deals for everything that you guys were saying moving forward, because they're going to look at it and go, well, Microsoft is offering us this and we're putting on Game Pass.
Facts.
Can you match that?
Yes.
The multi-billion-dollar company will be hesitant to want to match something like that, because they're not going to be able to take as many risks as Microsoft is taking right now. That's why they just spent $7.5 billion on Bethesda. That's why more stuff is coming to Game Pass. Look, what's the name I saw in the chat? Lady Bond. Yeah. Lady Bond is out there just making those deals right now. They're going to have more announcements June. And look, I'm not saying Xbox is better than PlayStation or whatever.
I would have gave her this name because we talked about it before. Sarah Bronkowski.
I'm done.
Because I would have gave her that name, and because she's that go-to tight end, and she's gonna make sure that she makes Tom Brady look fantastic, because right now, Phil is Tom Brady, man. He's the GOAT.
Phil, Parris, finish up with that attic, and then we'll get
No, and just the last point I want to make on this. This isn't Xbox is better than PlayStation or vice versa. Right. It's just this is just where gaming is going. It is leaning towards the subscription model, because we're seeing that it works. And kind of the point that was made before, as Xbox Game Studios themselves starts to ramp up and we start to see more things come from them, and like you said, Game Pass hits this magic number of subscribers, it is what it is, man. I mean, whether you like it or not, and again, it's a choice. You ain't got to do it. But I know my cheap ass will be there. That's all I'm saying, because it makes sense for me.
MLB The Show.
Absolutely. Attic, I know you waited to get your final point off, and then we get past
and it's like I was saying, I don't know about the parody stuff. I do feel like that's probably going on behind closed doors in some form or fashion, but not to the degree people think. Because at the end of the day, if a game runs significantly worse on another platform, the only people that's really making look bad is the developers. That's not that might hurt Microsoft a little bit because they have to do little refunds, but for the most part, people aren't looking at this. Microsoft dropped the ball. Like when a game like Outriders doesn't work, they're like, who made this game? And a company isn't going to devalue their own brand just because Sony comes up, make their version worse. That doesn't happen. It doesn't logically make sense. Going on. Okay. It's like I said, I'm sure that's happening to a point. Certain things are falling through the cracks, but as a whole, that's not happening as a whole. For the most part, these developers want it to run as best as they can on every console.
Exactly. Look, absolute pleasure to have the legendary Lord Parris Lilly in the realm. Non-football season Parris Lilly, my man. I am Thomas.
Let's say on Monday Night Football on Sunday.
I do feel like since Parris is talking about maybe the football season stuff don't only happen no more. Maybe
Stop it. Anyway, you God sports. We gotta listen to you. But look, brother, an absolute pleasure to have you in the room.
Sir.
The knowledge, the information you drop, your inspiration to a lot of people in the community. We love what you're doing and to continue to see your ascension. Where can the fine people find you and what do you have going on, sir?
First and foremost, let me thank all of you for having me on because it was fantastic. A lot of laughing. Like I said, I enjoy all your content. It's great. I hope I didn't get too preachy on here because that's not my intent.
It was lovely.
Look, it's all about gaming, man. We all just want to have fun gaming. That's what all of this is about. About having fun and keeping it positive. And for people that want to find me, you can find me at Gamertag Radio. You can find me over at Kinda Funny, my own YouTube channel, which is my name, Parris, Parris, and I am on social media at Fishes696.
Ooh, Bob, man, an absolute pleasure, sir. Sov King Addict, you want to give us some outros on the way out? So some left
what I love about you, Parris, we don't see eye to eye on everything about gaming.
and nor should we. Can I say that real quick?
Yeah.
I love disagreements. I really do. I love not seeing eye to eye on stuff because you learn. That's how you learn. That's how you get different perspectives on stuff. I would rather get into a debate over a disagreement respectfully than to just everyone is unicorn and rainbows and we all agree.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So, what I like is you try to take what you have, you try to evolve it. Like what you're doing over there with the space stuff on Twitter. That's a unique idea. You're doing it so much that people are reaching out to me like, "When's ILP doing?" I was like, "I don't even know what you're talking about." Like,
follow the leader, no doubt. You're off. Anything to say?
I mean, for me, man, I just appreciate that you came on here, and our goal when somebody comes on the show is really to get to the core of who you are, right? And try to dispel what people may assume about a person because of their interactions with them on the internet, what they see. And I think, anytime we can achieve that, we can see people in the chat saying, "Hey, I didn't know this about Parris. I didn't realize Parris was this." I love to see that. So I really appreciate you coming on here and being honest with us and talking about, how the struggle that it is to be where you are. So we appreciate that.
No, thank you again. I appreciate that.
And my thing is, it's the first time I'm meeting Parris, and thank you, sir, for coming on the show. I actually love it. But what I've learned from Parris is honesty, his transparency. And you guys, if you don't look and listen, his hard work and his dedication. He told you, I fell into this place, I fell into that place, but it was with this help of these individuals that helped me this way. And I sent out emails and transparency. A humbleness to it, and I truly believe that, you're opening up doors for other people of color going into different areas. And thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate your hard work because like you said, I remember when it was 15 people in the chat, but you have to have self-belief within yourself to understand that one person's going to hear you and then they're going to retweet it or they're going to share it with somebody else and somebody else to hear it. But you said fun.
Yeah. I completely let me say this one thing because I meant to say this earlier. Like as an example, y'all interview with Jason Ronald. We interviewed him too. I watched. I was like, well, damn, we got to step back.
That's love, brother. Thank you, brother.
Before you leave, what I like to bring out is like, the stuff that you're doing in terms of the space. You're being very vocal about serious issues on Twitter. Like 5 years ago. Like it didn't matter what it was. Don't be controversial. Like you stay under the radar. But movements like this, like in 3 or 4 years, it makes it acceptable. It's like, okay, you can still speak about stuff you want. Just don't just
honesty and respectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
brother,
beautiful.
Enjoy your Sunday.
Love the chair too.
Hey, me too.
We will get you back in the realm. It's an absolute honor. Have a good one, brother.
Take care, brother.
You guys have a good rest of the show.
You too, brother.
Thank you.
So let's get the super chats. Let's catch up.
Yeah, we got a lot of super chats.
Yeah, we got a bunch. Hold on, let me make sure I copy and pasted this last one. No, hold on a second.
No doubt.
J-Dub is a show. Yeah, no, I got all of them. It's just this last one.
Yeah, it was lit. Chat was lit. I mean, I could do the poll while we wait.
Please.
Yeah, do the poll.
All right, cool. So, last week's LordsOfGaming.net poll results are in. The people have spoken to the question. With all the latest rumors regarding video game company acquisitions, which pairing do you think makes the most sense? The winner of the four-way ILP poll at 50% was Microsoft and Sega. So that was number one. Coming in at second at 21% was Microsoft and Nintendo. In third place at 14% are the Petty Lords. I don't care. Tencent is still out here in these streets. And very close. Yes.
Go ahead and finish
No. You want to say?
I was gonna say I'm the one that gave the idea for this poll.
Yes, you did. Yes, you contributed to the creative process. We appreciate you. And last place, very close, 13%. Surprisingly, was Sony and Square Enix Group. So, Lord Attic, your thoughts on this poll? Everybody, 50%. It's pretty close. Microsoft and Sega, with Microsoft and Nintendo second.
I think it makes better sense for the Sega thing. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, they're good on Western. I don't think they have to buy anything Western. I don't think they have to partner with anything Western. Mm-hmm. In order for them to seriously take Game Pass the way they want, they're going to need the Eastern help of the atmosphere. And the only way they're going to do that is to, crack that piggy bank open and work something out with Sega. Or if they buy Square Enix, it's a little bit more than just cracking the. If they buy Square Enix, it's like I said last week. It's a big deal if they buy, but I don't think that's happening. But we'll have to see exactly. I do think they're buying something. I don't know what it is, but I do think they're buying.
They got
something.
Extra money for this. So let's see.
They didn't go through. I mean, they buy Square Enix.
The thing with that Discord stuff is a lot of times you put yourself out of reach for certain reasons. And it's not.
But I tell you this.
But negotiations is always good.
I tell you this. Whatever they offered them, 12 billion, whatever. Discord goes into a public IPO, they're probably getting triple that.
Okay.
But the problem is that you give up control.
Give up control. That's the thing. Yeah. So we caught up?
We're caught up with all of them. So let me read that out now.
Let's get this going.
He read like two. Are we caught up?
I meant to say, you know what I meant.
Yeah, are we ready to start? Are we ready to commence?
Yes.
I think I read this one, but Eagles fan 76 $2 super chat. My favorite show. Salute to the Lords and Addict.
That's the new thing.
Pixel $2 super chat. This is for the Comp USA and Addict not knowing what it is.
Oh my God, Addict, I gotta let Addict respond because they coming at my man. What's up?
I mean, you guys are age shaming like crazy. Get him, Addict. It's only you know what's crazy? It's not cool for us to age shame.
That's true. That's true.
But you guys can age shame the crap out of us.
OG's beyond you.
No listen, beating up 80-year-old women.
You can come at me with dying in my bed. God bless.
Tell that to the people who made Octopath Traveler. I didn't want to do it, but you gave a good gun. You gave a good weapon. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Your camera's looking good today. It's not ghostly today.
Yeah.
Well, no, like I had someone kept complaining, saying I look too blue.
Yeah, the camera look lit.
Yeah. So what I did is I switched the tint of the light I have.
Oh,
because like, no offense, I think I'm too white for a white light.
I'm done with you. Move it on.
It was making me look blue for some reason. But this,
you look like a Smurf.
Move it on, Sam.
And we got Brap with the $5 super chat. Before Xbox Live, used to play Halo Online through XB Connect. That's another one.
Brap. Remember, the internet keep receipts.
Blood guts and hang 'em high. He's a flip flop.
How's that Xbox?
Blood guts and hang 'em high with the maps we ran. XBL. Wolfie was gold.
Preach.
Yeah.
Then we got Gamers Play with the $5 super chat. The hustle is real. Gamers Play is coming. It sounds like work, but I love work. May is the month to make moves. Shout out to Parris and the ILP.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
That hustle, bro. And we got Lord Fonzarelli with the $5 super chat. 100% people are people. Phil is so down to earth. Talking with him in party chat a while back was so refreshing just to hear what a real gamer he is.
Salute.
True.
Salute.
Then we have John Mitchell with the $10 super chat. Paris and King in the same podcast had to wipe my eyes. Fireworks.
Salute.
No fireworks. We have a lot of the same opinions.
Yeah. Then we have, let's put the crest in the chat for the newest member of the realm, the Quan Bynum. Shout out.
Oh, that's cool. Got you.
Then we have Con Artistic with the $5 super chat. No comment. Then we have Free R. Kelly.
Here he go.
with the $10 super chat. PlayStation gonna dominate this generation. Sold more consoles than Xbox. You right, Parris.
Well, see, all right. So let me explain something to you, Mr. Free R. Kelly. First your name, you know you're wrong. but I'm gonna say this, right? Living off that old metric, sell all the consoles that you want. Sell them all. Be the leader. Sell 100 million.
Be who you're meant
All
to
I want is Game Pass to equal 100 million. And when that happens, you and your console is irrelevant.
Done.
Here we have more smoke. Here we go. We got free R. Kelly with the $5 super chat.
Okay.
Microsoft trying to hype up the ugly girl. Hey, Xbox Game Pass, brother, she's ugly. Stop hyping her up.
But the pretty girl ain't talking to you, so you talk to who talking to you. Shout out, hey boo.
Hey, boo. Continue.
Turn them lights out. Don't
Oh
matter.
my God, it's off.
There it is.
So we got free R. Kelly with
Oh my
the
God.
$10 super chat. I ain't changing my name for none of y'all.
No. Listen, keep your name. Keep your name because we want those receipts. But you're gonna change your name when they lose this generation and you on Xbox.
He said free Kells, man. He ain't do it.
Oh man, keep the ignition. Continue.
Then we have Mass Erect with the
my
$2
dude.
super chat. Nah, fam, leave R. Kelly in the bushes.
Savage. Continue.
I'm not feeling this, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Free R. Kelly, $5 super chat.
What?
Mass Effect 2 is the GOAT.
Oh, hold on. Let's give him a gold emoji. We haven't used that.
Let's not do
I
that.
feel,
No,
like
let's not do
I
that.
feel like we give Cognito too much power.
Nah, it's just the fact that he has a lot of wrong opinions.
Oh my God. You're supposed to rock with me, King.
We
So
know
you mean
know
it
if he
so-
agreed with
so-
that, he's
so
the
hold up.
wrong dude.
King, are you saying that you're implying
Oh,
that
Lord.
that Cognito likes to use his power to enforce his bad
Time. Moving on.
He said, "Move on."
There we
move
have it.
on,
I'm not feeling this, but I gotta read it because it's my man. We got Mass Erect once again with the $2 super chat. Mass Erect. Oh, he said Mass Erect 2 the GOAT.
Master Rick, I'm done. He can't
The
be doing
sequel
that.
to Mass
He
Erect.
can't be doing that. Moving
That's
on.
what's up.
Then we have Eagles fan with the $2 super chat. Alp needs to get Danny Pena, aka Godfrey,
Oh.
on. Listen, we on
We
that.
on it,
homie.
bro.
Yes,
We
sir.
on it.
Homie.
We seen the legend in the chat. We
Yes,
on
sir.
it.
We on it.
Mhm.
And we got free R. Kelly once again. $5
God.
super chat. That was for me. Sovereign. Nobody cares about the show. Sony got to do so little. Let's be real.
Get
Game
'em,
Pass
Saul.
isn't sustainable. Microsoft is throwing away money at trash cans. Listen, I got 23 million frauds playing baseball.
Yo,
don't
listen.
care.
I want to say this, right?
Mhm.
The metrics is, and this is he set his own self up. That game is gonna sell more on Xbox. It's gonna be engaged more on Xbox.
Mm.
When Sony looks at their own platform as, I think we should just sell on Xbox because nobody's buying our first party stuff here.
Mhm.
Arkel.
Bruh.
Arkel.
Bruh.
Like, yo, Cal.
I'm done. Moving on. Continue.
I like how you spoke for everyone there, though.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
like
I
he
know,
spoke for
right?
me.
Yo,
They gonna come
Cal.
at us. They gonna
Yo,
come at us.
Cal.
Then we have Brett Bigger with the $10 super chat. I think it's going to backfire on Sony. Xbox will be like, put it in Game Pass and get this much more money, and we could advertise it on Game Pass.
Mhm.
Given how successful Game Pass is at pushing sales, becomes a win-win for Xbox.
Yes, this is true.
Then we have free R. Kelly once again. $5 super chat. King, you lost, brother. Sony got to do a little to get us to buy PS5s. Nobody playing Game Pass when God of War 5 comes out.
Yeah,
And when
for
you
2
finish
days.
God of... Yeah, exactly. There you go.
For 2 days, when you blaze through your little 8-hour experience,
8
2 days. How's that Miles Morales working out for you right now? Dusty
on his
PlayStation.
15th playthrough. Like,
Yeah, right. Hashtag the dust.
Moving on.
See you in June.
Then we got Pixel Mid Z, $2 super chat. He's put a correction out. It's 22 million.
Yeah, actually, Jez did put a correction out. It said it's
Yeah,
22.
22 officially paid for lock, stock, and barrel. The other 4, the other 3.
I mean,
What
even
it
if
be?
it's even if it's 22, that's still like what, 4 million in 3 months.
Yeah,
Like,
that's-
he-
How
And
much
once-
is that PlayStation now, though? God bless.
they
say less.
grew like the last time they did numbers, it was like 2. So
Yeah, it was
Microsoft grew
It was 2
double
million. It's still
what
2
they
million.
reported last in 3 months.
Yeah, they still 2 million. We
Mhm.
do 2
Continue.
million
Yeah.
all natty.
All right.
not too
Make sure
familiar.
you guys are just looking at whatever's after the Wise Old Gamer.
Okay.
Because that way you can just put me there.
Right,
Then we have Lord Roughness with the £5 super chat. At the start of the year, if there was one game you can say is not going in Game Pass, it would have been Resident Evil. No, it would have been MLB The Show, actually.
No,
so
that would have been MLB The Show.
So I think this contract is fake.
Okay. Well,
then we
can't confirm it tonight. Continue.
Yeah, we can't. Exactly. Clutch Man with the $5 super chat. Can't watch live working today, but I'll jump in at 5 o'clock when you finish this fire intro. Are you implying that we have a long show, sir? All love and shout out to having Parris on. No doubt.
Salute. Thank you.
Then we have J Dub is a shill with the $10
man.
super chat. Hope you're enjoying that
haven't seen him in a
PlayStation,
while.
sir.
Yeah, we haven't seen him.
He's been playing PlayStation.
Yeah, he won that PlayStation. That's right.
Mhm.
King, is Christopher Hart listening to Paris's facts? Math is undefeated. Yeah, I like that for Paris.
Yeah, and that's the guy who won the PlayStation 5.
$1 trillion company. Last I checked, 100 billion is significantly less than $1 trillion. Game
Yes,
Pass
sir.
is the future. Will they ever learn, King?
No, they won't, sir. They will not learn. We will force them to bend the knee.
Then we have the Wise Old Gamer, $5 super chat. Morning, Lords. I just want to remind you that there are two types of gamers: those who believe Mass Effect 1 is the best, and Mass Effect, and those who are simply wrong.
Disable his access.
Thank you, Wise Old Gamer.
Remove him from the realm immediately. Seize him. Treason.
You're
That's my
gonna
man.
Outer Worlds him, just
Yeah.
like just.
I gotta do my bias now.
Hold on a second. I
How
got
many
him.
more we
Brett.
got?
We got
Brett Bingham.
We got Brett Bingham, $2 super chat. Microsoft to Tencent, get out of here. Then we got Free R. Kelly once again. Microsoft is
God.
not about to be pimping out the Eastern market. Capcom, Konami, Square, Bandai are all loyal to Sony. Say hello to Outriders.
And he said
Say hello to
Kojima's
Outriders.
washed up. Wow.
Listen.
Wow.
Loyalty.
Yo,
is-
why is it that when it's not certain that they're on the
Yeah,
platform?
they don't say, yeah. You know how that
You
go. When
know
it's not on your
what's-
platform no more, you know how that
what's
go.
funny? If it turns out that all these are wrong and Kojima's making,
Oh, we got the
Silent
receipts.
Hill, like
We got the receipt.
someone
Loyal-
screenshot
loyal-
this chat, man. Screenshot this chat.
Loyalty is subjective to cash, brother. So
There you
let me
go.
tell you
Millions,
right now.
millions.
Everybody's
change.
got
loyal.
Everybody
It's
has
got
a
a
price.
price. $1 million man. You know how that
Right
go.
inside the room, throw the money on the table. Your man leaving with him.
Then we got Brian Lane with the $2 super chat. Thank you for always mentioning the
Oh,
fights.
thank you for saying that, because we always used to get
Yeah, we get a lot of flack
I
for
get a
that.
lot of hate, but I'm gonna keep going.
we have
forward.
we haven't been doing it as thoroughly as we usually do. We got Gerald Mack, $5 super chat. Once that Game Pass hits 40 million, you are going to need to sell as many piss station boxes.
Gerald.
Nah, it's 30 million is the magic number in subscription services, and you learn that from HBO Max and other subscription services. 30 million is the number, and Microsoft is almost there.
Okay.
Then we got Goblin Time, £2 super chat.
Goblin
Nice.
time. Cool
Goblin
season.
Time.
I like that.
Bubsy 3D remastered at E3.
First of all, I like Bubsy. Cut it out.
They already did Bubsy 3. They made it again.
It
was like a PC
like
game.
Spyro.
No, not like that. It was a
I wanna
PC
like
game, but
Spyro,
they
though.
brought Bubsy back for sure. I know that.
Yeah. But when it's in Game Pass, I'll figure it out.
Then we got Geekhead 188 with the $5 super chat. I don't care. We still smoking that PS5 pack.
Oh my God. Jesus. Jesus. Calm yourself. Calm yourself. That was wild disrespectful.
Wow.
Wow. We know the street emphasis on that. We're going to keep it pushing.
First of all, that's so Chicago.
That's so
Well,
shot
let me go.
down.
That's
It
so
is.
That was
Chicago.
wow. Okay.
Then we have the Wise Old Gamer once again, $5 super chat. MLB realizing this week that a gangbang is better than staying faithful. Game Pass for the win.
Why is it again? We have to disable your access. You
She's for the streets.
you loose.
Out
You're loose.
there. Then we got One Bad Mother. Shout out to One Bad Mother. $10 super chat. Congratulations on a great Xcast appearance by the mayor of these gaming streets, LordCognito. Appreciation to the ILP for consistently bringing cats and dogs together and encouraging positivity.
One bad mother. Thank you, brother. Love your content. Love what you're doing. That meant a lot. You know what the mission is. It's always going to be gaming, bro. Bring everybody together, regardless of what side of the fence you're on. Continue.
100%. We are caught up, sir.
All right. Let's
Thank you.
get this.
Let's go.
Soft. you're up some new IP exclusive. What's going on?
Yeah. So on Thursday, I believe, PlayStation and Firewalk Studios announced a publishing partnership for a new multiplayer IP. And some of the names that are associated with Firewalk's AAA team are some big names in the multiplayer space. And what I want to ask you guys is, this is the first time in a while that we've seen Sony even talk about bringing something multiplayer centric from their kind of first party publishing, whatever, but it's a Sony thing onto their platform. And when you look at the people on this team, it seems kind of obvious to me that this is not a small game. This is not some one and done multiplayer thing. They want this to be a huge game, possibly a game as a service. And I want to ask you guys if you think this is the right thing for PlayStation to do, or will the PlayStation faithful feel, hey, this is further evidence that you guys are destroying what PlayStation is all about, trying to be about this multiplayer stuff, and moreover, trying to be a game as a service if this is what it is, because it feels like this is what it is. And there are a couple of things just to add to that real quick. I mentioned in the MLB The Show, and what was funny about MLB The Show to me, there are certain modes in that game, Road to the Show, stuff like that, that for whatever reason in this year's game have been intrinsically tied to Diamond Dynasty, which is their sort of microtransaction sort of card game thing. And it was very strange to me that this is the first time that those two modes have been so intrinsically tied to one another when the game is going to multi-plat and specifically is going to Game Pass. PlayStation made it seem like they didn't really know that this game was coming to Game Pass until it got announced. And when you look at the changes made to MLB The Show in that regard, it doesn't quite fit because it's like, because it's not a change. It's not a quality of life change to the game. It doesn't make the game better, doesn't change it. It's just a different way to progress and Road to the Show. It honestly, they didn't have to do. So it feels like they were thinking like, hey, this thing is going into Game Pass. Let's try to get as much money out of this as possible. So in general, what do you guys think of this kind of direction where PlayStation is showing that they want to be more in the multiplayer space? There was another thing from PlayStation Australia, Sony Australia, that kind of hinted at SOCOM as well coming back. So what do you guys think about this? Is this the right move? Should they stay in their lane? Because they've been out of this lane for a long time.
Let's get at it. I'm curious because how you feel about this potential new multiplayer IP and this approach.
I feel like people are fooling themselves when you see people on Twitter that's saying, "Oh, they can't do this, they can't do that," and then they pretty much put like Microsoft on like Microsoft. They put PlayStation's games on like in their studios on such a huge high pedestal, and I'm just like, if they're so talented, they could easily do both. Like, and it's just like, look, like people are like, oh, they can only focus on single player. No, they can focus on multiplayer too. It's just they weren't. Now they're trying to be a more diverse library, because let's just be real here. Last generation they could do that because Microsoft wasn't doing anything. But now they're looking over there like Sony. Sony's just looking over there in the Microsoft land, in the world Microsoft land resign, and they're just look. We got to compete better. Like, let's just be real. That's the reason that they lower PlayStation Now. That's the reason they give discounts on buying PlayStation Now a whole year. That's the reason they've done the majority of this stuff. That's the reason you're seeing games go day and date in PlayStation Plus. That's always say, like, it doesn't matter what side you on, what console you have. You want these companies to battle it out because it's only good on us. And it's in the multiplayer scene. Let's be real here. You guys could say God of War is amazing, an amazing game, sold very well. Horizon, amazing game, sold very well. What are the top things being played in the industry right now? All multiplayer, by far, all multiplayer. The Fortnites. You look over on PC, Dota,
Call of Duty, Warzone.
So, question, Addict, do you feel this is in your mind? Is this going to be a PS5 PC game, or will they even try to incorporate PS4?
They've already addressed that. They said we're going to be making more multiplayers like a year and a half ago, and they're going to be on PC too. They've already addressed that. And the way they were talking about these multiplayer games, it seems like they're going to be day and date. the multiplayer games. So, you know, they need that because at the end of the day, you can't improve your brand if you're only making one type of game. And I understand they make those games phenomenal, but not everybody plays those type of games.
That's a good point.
And if you can't be more diverse, because let's be real, back in the day, back when Dragon Quest was only coming out on PlayStation, back when Yakuza was only coming out on PlayStation, they were a very diverse library, but now it's not like that.
Yeah.
They got to be more diverse, or people gonna look at Game Pass and be like, yo, I get Xbox to play everything I want. Multiplayer, single player, everything I want. Sure, I'm missing out on the God of Wars and Horizons, which I would recommend you still get a PlayStation for those. But at the end of the day, is a couple games a generation worth me losing out on the diversity that you can get with Game Pass?
I feel that.
Yeah.
So they're looking at that kind of scenario. They're like, look, we got to be more diverse. We got to bring more games to PC. We got to build up our audience, and we got to make multiplayer games that people want. They're justifying charging for PlayStation Plus when they had no multiplayer games.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Let's get King in. I'm curious about King. Like, what do you feel about this direction, multiplayer exclusive IP for PlayStation?
Well, a lot of these names, you know, they're attaching to this. You know, that's for shock value. Shout out to Cliff Belinsky. Cliffy B. Remember when Cliffy B came out with that multiplayer game?
Oh, come on! Now.
Boom! Hit the floor. All right, it was motion. It was much hype. You know, hubris before the show.
They got a good team. Kid. Did you see the roster?
Yeah, they team look beautiful. God bless, say less. But I'm saying this to say this part, right? All right, multiplayer game, interaction with everyone across the boards.
Yeah.
They look over at Microsoft because Microsoft now, you know, Xbox Live to play free-to-play games, it's free now. Yeah. You know, you guys are jumping in for free because that money being made on free-to-play games is an incredible value on your platform. You know, Sony was eating on that part right there while Microsoft played ignorance, and that was a bad move on Microsoft's part. Now they rectified that, right? Yes. So I don't know if this game is going to be free to play. I don't know what's going to be the business model behind this game. Right. But we do know it's going to be tied to a PlayStation platform. Yes, do they need multiplayer games? Yes, they do. Do they need to diversify their portfolio? Hell yeah, they must. In order to grow, you have to change, adapt to get better. I'm looking at it saying they're complicit. I've been saying that Jim Dance Moves Ryan is going to take Sony into a different wave, a different space. You may not like it. You guys may want your one and dones. You may want your 3-hour, 4-hour games that you can get to go platinum. Now, I'm gonna platinum this game. It's 4 hours, and I'm a platinum it. You know, I'm a platinum this. It's 4 hours. You know, I'm gonna find the book bag under the bus. I'm a platinum this. Like, I got a platinum this.
You can't be using that voice and acting like every game 4 hours.
You know, they got to get the Rick Voss voice. I got a platinum this, baby.
I noticed, like, King, how did we go from 8 hours a minute ago to now 4?
Listen, Miles Morales is 3 hours without the cutscenes.
My God.
Let's keep it
It's a great 3 hours.
Yeah, but fantastic, though. It's not worth 70. Fall back.
Anyway, it's not 70.
Well, it's not for me. But anyway, like I was saying, they need this multiplayer stuff to get that reoccurring dollar. Yeah. However it works for them. Do I hope they be successful? Yes, because that allows, like Attic was saying, more competition. Right now, can they compete in this area when Microsoft has been living in this space? Because everybody knows when you want to play multiplayer games, I'm gonna go to Microsoft. Right. When you want to play those single player experiences, you go over to Sony. Right. Microsoft is looking over at Sony and said, we need some of that single player stuff over here. They're working on that. And Sony is looking at Microsoft saying, we need this multiplayer stuff over here. So as a company, as a group, they're working on fixing their weaknesses. Yes. And you can't say that's a bad thing. That's a great thing that they're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll jump in. I think Solve and Attic, you guys make King as well, make great points. Look, I love it for me, because again, I know the Xbox community gets mad with me, but this is my hashtag just one for PlayStation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my whole thing was, don't get me wrong, we love the single player, third party cinematic experience that I always champion.
You're wrong about that, by the way.
Oh God, that we want Xbox to have at least one new IP in that genre. In the same token, I'm going to keep that same energy, and I want PlayStation to have a new IP that is multiplayer focused for, like King said, for diversity. And I'm going to be real, like, they got that team over there, I think it's Tony, I forgot his last name, I can't pronounce it, HSU, I always butcher his last name. But, yo, he was, like, one of the leads on Destiny with Activision. They got my boy John Wisniewski over there. He's a PvP Crucible, Lord, Ryan Ellis. Like, the team over there, I think Herman House is on there, they got former Destiny, Halo, Apex Legend, and Call of Duty devs on deck. So the talent for Probably Monsters is going to... I've been hearing about Probably Monsters for a minute. You know what I mean? So I think Firewalk Soft, correct me if I'm wrong, they're like the studio subsidiary underneath the bigger brand of Probably Monsters. So look, you know, if Blockbuster's only mantra is the new wave, like King said, like, you got to have one of your own. You know, like Sov said, you know, with the multiplayer microtransaction component, that consistent engagement.
How long have you been begging for SOCOM?
Yeah,
Forever,
We've
bro.
been
I
begging
think
for
that's what they're making.
SOCOM
I think
for
that's
years.
what they're making.
Yeah.
SOCOM.
And that's a drop the mic.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's a drop the SOCOM.
That's a drop
all
the
I
mic
gotta
for
say.
all of us.
No,
For
absolutely.
all of us. Like,
I honestly
You want
feel
me
like
to
that's what
interact with
they're
that
making. I think
PlayStation
they're making
5
SOCOM.
on a daily basis? Put that SOCOM in there.
Yo,
Yeah.
listen, it's fire. Shout out to Barry. He said, "Where's his daddy come from?" All right, Barry, you know I love you, brother. But it's like, if you look at the majority of the dominant, successful IPs from Sony.
Well,
whether
that's
it be
Super
God of
Chatter?
War, come on, that's the homie. That's the homie. Come on. That's BX.
I didn't see the color.
We can't do Barry like that.
Hey, Barry, yo.
stupid.
Barry, you know it's love. Shout out to y'all, man. But look, at the end of the day, like I said, you know, it's good to see a new IP multiplayer as the focus.
I don't think it's going to be a new IP.
Nah.
Oh, they said it's a new IP.
It's a new IP.
They said it.
They said it's a
That's,
new
yeah,
IP.
that's
At
a
first,
whole
when I
new
first
studio.
read it, I
gonna be
thought
in-
it was SOCOM, but
Yeah, but
that's
it's not.
separate. It's something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
look, at the end of
I
the
mean,
yeah,
I personally feel like it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's good. Like
Yeah, of course.
that's all.
Absolutely.
Of course.
That's why, like, me Incognito, we disagree on like the just one thing, because to me, they don't need to make a new IP. They just need to make a game that's good. Like,
You talking about
at the-
Microsoft, right? You talking about Microsoft?
No, I'm talking about Sony too. I'm just
No,
saying, like,
okay.
if it was SOCOM, it wouldn't matter if it's new IP, old IP, reimagined IP. If
Right.
it's good, people are gonna flock to it.
No, of course, for Sony, I get your point on that part. For Microsoft, the caveat is different because I want a new protagonist leading into this new generation, a new face.
Yeah.
We just need a new face. That's all. I'm just trying to see in the same old faces.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
So that's all I'm
I
saying.
mean, we're gonna have plenty.
I
of
wanna
faces.
address in the chat real quick.
Let's get it.
Alo Death Seeker, I know you got timed out. I don't know if you're back in here because
Yeah.
you were being a little bit rude,
Disrespectful.
but a little bit disrespectful. But just the language, sir.
Yeah,
But beyond that, like, you're talking about PlayStation 3 stuff. Like, they literally went an entire generation without giving you a true multiplayer game. They
Correct.
crossed over factions from
Right.
from the remaster of The Last of Us, and you had Uncharted 4 multiplayer. That's pretty
That's
much.
pretty much it. Yeah.
And you
Everything
had
has been
back-
relying on third party. That's what I'm trying to say.
And
Was
then
there
they-
was there
then they
Killzone
just closed
multiplayer
down?
launch?
Then they just closed down one of the multiplayers for one of those IP Uncharted,
I mean,
something like
they-
that was
they
Uncharted. They
turned-
closed down.
They turned one of the studios that made multiplayers into making Horizon. So like,
yeah. So look,
they're
that's what I'm
actually like backing away from it. Obviously now they're
Right.
backing
I
towards
think
it.
we
but
can all agree that that isn't necessarily the strength of the PlayStation brand.
Exactly.
It's not,
Past
but they need
generation.
it.
We
They
could be
need it
honest
regardless.
with each
and they
other.
going for bangers, you know. Jim Ryan might close.
They're all
the
about
studio
the
down.
bangers.
They going for bangers.
Well, look.
Hey, y'all asking for bangers?
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm happy to hear this announcement, but that's all I got. Super chats, then we move on for the final topic.
I think we have Rocker Corey with the $2 super chat. PlayStation equals hashtag for the payers, and will be
That's right, get that
hashtag
money
for
out.
the prayers soon. Wow.
Wow.
Let it rain.
Then we got Midway Monster $5 super chat. Just woke up. Glad to catch you guys doing your thing. Hit the like button. Have a great day.
Shout
You
out
too.
to the homie, my boy, and I ain't my man, Midway Monster. What's going on?
Then we got Jay Barry with the 20. They got King Shame in the family.
Shame in fam.
There you go. Jay Barry, there you go.
Oh,
$20.
now you acknowledge him. Oh, now you see him. Now you see him. Okay. Sorry, Bari.
Apologies, Barry.
Apologies, Bari.
I see you, Barry.
Then we got Mass Erect with the $2 super chat. Sony needs to work on that infrastructure.
No,
For real.
Or they're gonna be using.
Because I mean,
soon, so,
the thing, you worry about security with those dudes. Like you playing these multiplayer games and then you realize you've been hacked. Like, so
wait,
you don't want that.
Oh, Barry put some names in.
Yeah, I missed some stuff real quick.
Oh, okay.
We got
Oh Lord, they coming for me. Continue.
Okay, we have Nando Soups with the $2 super chat. A link to the past best Zelda. Don't play me. Then we got Gerald Mack, $5 super chat. Lords, I apologize for the vulgarity. Just tired of these dudes capping for the PlayStation Nation. Their fear is becoming a meme.
Don't worry about it. They're terrified.
No doubt.
Then we have Goblin Time with the £5 super chat. Thoughts on possible Forza Horizon location? Rumors pointing towards Mexico. I mean, there are a lot of different biomes in Mexico. So
I really like one in Japan.
I would love one in Japan.
But I keep hearing that it's not there.
Yeah, I keep hearing
it will at some point. They'll go there eventually.
Hold on, Barry said he's spitting. He's like Killzone, had multiplayer.
Let me handle it.
Gran Turismo Drive Club, Predator, Bloodborne, multiplayer.
That Predator joint was hot trash, boy.
Jabari, I will
said Little Big Planet was
Okay, so Barry, I'm talking about more traditional shooty.
I will give you Killzone and Uncharted and Gran Turismo. But that was like how long? Like you can't
what
have.
list are those?
Hold up. You can't tell Xbox people because I've seen you say it when people bring Sunset Overdrive. Say, but how long ago was that? and then when you come in here, I'm not giving you Predator. And
not giving them that.
We both know those are add-ons, and we ain't gonna act like Predator. We ain't gonna act like anyone has ever been in a party.
Talk about
Jabari, when's the last time you? Hold on.
Or let's get that Killzone on.
Jabari, when's the last time you was in a party and someone said, "Yo, let's play something"? And anyone said Predator.
No,
it's never happened.
Nobody.
Look, he brought up examples,
what was the examples though? He brought up ancient old stuff that charted nowhere. Those was wood games. Those was wood.
Continue, so super chats.
They went plastic.
What else do we have? We have the wise old gamer, $10 super chat. Cog, get to read this.
I bang in my white tee, all in the clubs in game in my white tee. I bling in my white tee, serve friends in my white tee. Screw a throwback, I look clean in my white tee. I know what you're doing.
When it become MTV.
Shut up, man.
Then we have Dan Lazaro with the $2 super chat. PS Video Pass. They don't have any good movies though.
We gonna get to it. Mm-hmm.
Then we have Jean-Marc Louis, $4 super chat. They're gonna red box the game anyway. Wow. Let me see what else.
I think Dan is right. They did have Fall Guys last year. That I will give them Fall Guys.
Yeah, they did Fall Guys
for
a little bit.
That was a really good look on their end because
no doubt.
Because clearly they came in there and swooped that stuff up immediately.
We all caught up?
I missed one from Brett Brigham. Hold on, Brett Brigham, $10 super chat. Software costs are less than hardware costs. Sony has got to have some of the fraudulent sales, like those bots buying on PlayStation 5 now to survive. Xbox beats Sony to gaming as a service. Case closed. Sony loses.
Did I get Tony Bryant? He said we missed his. Oh man.
Where? Okay, Tony Bryant.
Oh man.
I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Find Tony Bryant. We got to get the homie. But while we look for
that, Midway Monster, Rocker Corey, it probably is.
I don't see it.
Yeah, Tony Bryant.
Tony, what did you say?
Just say what you say, Tony. We're gonna repeat it because we got to show love. Say what you said, bro.
I'll find it. You guys just continue.
I don't think it's here.
Listen, we almost got 700 in this watching. Let's hit that like. Let's
continue
hit
the
share.
podcast.
Yeah, share that out, man. Share that out, man.
Send it to your buddy.
I'm out here banging in my white tee, man.
Just continue the podcast.
All right, cool. So we're gonna move this joint forward.
Well, we got one more. Hold on, sorry. Eagles fan 76, $5 super chat. SOCOM is good, but the kiddos don't know what that is. Going to be hard to pull them away from Fortnite, COD, Rainbow Six, and Apex.
We're not looking for those kids. We're not looking like when you say SOCOM, we're not looking. You know what's crazy? I went upstairs and saw my son playing PUBG. First of all, he got a chicken dinner right there while I was watching him.
Absolutely.
Salute to he is a mastermind. Anyway, but he tends to play Fortnite. I want SOCOM for me. I want the old heads. What's up with these old heads with the SOCOM? I want that for me. I want to go back in the hallway and shoot down. I want that for me. So I'm not looking for the Fortnite crowd to jump on my wave. No, I want Fortnite, and I don't want it made like Fortnite. No, I want it made like SOCOM,
like classic SOCOM.
So I sent it to you on the Discord thing.
Just
on
read
the who thing?
Just read it. Just Attic read it, and then we'll get the new ones and move on.
Okay, let me bring it back up. Just $5 super chat from Tony Bryant. That's who we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Great show. Love the insight from Parris. One man campaign continues tomorrow. Austin Creed on ILP will happen.
He put it into existence.
Then Sarah Bond manifested.
Oh, no doubt. Speak it
gotta
into
talk
existence.
it into the world, man.
I feel that.
Fantastic. We got we got Eagles. We got Pixel Bit G, $2 super chat. Sony treats multiplayer how it treats its stands. Don't know.
So we good?
Yeah, we good.
I think we're good.
All right, cool. King, this is you PlayStation video pass, right? Let me frame it up a little bit. Yeah, so it looks like they put out, well, apparently it was leaked on a Sony King of Stew, Sony official website, Polish Sony official website, but now it looks like it's confirmed. Shout out to Hector Ramirez, my man, Lord Macho, lordsofgaming.net. Article's up right now. So PlayStation Plus Video Pass is real and testing in Poland. So they had the look out there. So it looks like they had like a Venom, Zombieland double tap, Vin Diesel Bloodshot and stuff like that. So,
yeah, the GOAT movie.
The GOAT movie. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so again, King wanted to talk about it as this potential maybe addition to PlayStation Plus. Lord King, where you at?
You mean King wants to preach?
Yes, King wants to.
I just want to say, hey, TV. We back, baby.
We got a console for you.
Donnie M is in the control of the building. Shout out to Jim Dance Moves Ryan for doing everything we did in 2013. He back, baby.
Are you implying that the focus is not games, sir?
The focus is AAA games. So y'all gonna get the same games we got again. We're just gonna reskin them. So get your $70 ready. But we really won't focus on movies here. So we're gonna take our content. They went and did a deal with Netflix. They went and did a deal with Disney. They're selling their IP. This is how they can make money. So they realize, see, this is where the money man comes in. You can look at existing stuff over there that's making money and stuff that wasn't making money and potential stuff that could make money. That's why they was closing down those stores until y'all started screaming, don't close down the stores, but never brought a Vita game. You guys is yelling, oh, don't close down the PlayStation 3 store, but never go in there to buy a PlayStation 3 game. Don't take this away from me, but never use it. If you was using it, he wouldn't have to say, I'm going to shut this down. Now, these IPs that they have over here for these movies and stuff, they're able to make money from these deals, right? So I knew that a streaming service or something like that was going to happen when they were starting to close down other avenues and it was going to focus on it. It makes total sense that you have these wonderful movies inside your catalog and you're the owners of the said catalog. Yeah. Why don't you have this on your service? You know?
I'm impressed with you. Look at you.
No, it's just the fact that it's like if you break dance, right? You break dance, why you pop locking? Stop pop locking.
Do what you do. Do what you do.
Do what you do best.
Okay.
You're not gonna beat anybody at something that they do. Microsoft started to do a studio. Like, you remember that? We're gonna make a studio.
Remember that?
We're gonna bring in these.
Oh, do that. What was that whack game that they did the movie with the TV Defiance?
Yes.
What was that? Oh my God.
Listen, what I go to say is this. This is only something positive. If they're gonna add it into PlayStation Now to give value to PlayStation Now, why not?
Preach.
Right? Why not have your PlayStation Now show you something different what a Game Pass doesn't have? Preach. Do something different. Don't try to do the same exact thing. I don't want a Game Pass on PlayStation per se. Yes, I love that there, but I would like to go over to PlayStation Now to get what they have uniquely over there. And the fact that they have these IPs, these movies and stuff like that on their platform, yes, I will buy into the ecosystem before that. And I think it's a positive thing, them talking about TV, movie, or whatever. But I just see how a lot of things mirror stuff, and it's funny. But I want to hear the narrative and what your take is on this stuff.
No doubt, no doubt. Addict, where you at, man? PlayStation Video Pass.
It is what it is. Like, I don't particularly care about it. Like, I don't think this is really relevant in terms of gaming, but it's like, it does give it value. I mean, we can't say that when people go get Amazon Prime, there's some people that get Amazon Prime because they got the Prime feature on Amazon where they can get their mail early. There's some people that got Prime that got the other one because they wanted to watch TV. So I mean, we can't act like valuing one and bringing value to the video one can bring more value to the other one unintentionally. So
preach. No, I feel you. I hear what you're putting down, brother. Lord Saab, didn't get a chance to get your thoughts on this, sir.
I mean, I agree with King 100%. I agree with Addict too. It's just adding value. They don't have or are unwilling to make that move just yet to be putting their first party games in their first day and date, so they have something that compares, at least in that regard, to Game Pass. So they have other things that can add value to either PS Plus or PS Now, whichever which way they try to do it moving forward. Just shove as much as you can into that pause. And just give people as much value as you possibly can while skirting the game issue until you feel comfortable doing it. Or like I keep saying, I think all of these sort of indies and stuff that are coming to the platform, they would be well served to put those games in either PS Now or PS Plus, give those games to people up front to side up, get people used to the fact that they're getting brand new stuff in these services, and that's it. But yeah, pad it with as much as you can, and why not? If you own these studios and you own these movie rights, just throw it in there. I watch them. I'll watch Venom again.
And not to mention that you could potentially grow the gaming portion side when people are getting the Prime for the Sony thing, and they're like, "Oh, I get this too," and then before you know it, they're downloading games on it, and they're like, "Oh, now it's actually pretty good." Then they're playing more games, they're buying more games. Than
it's funny because it just like King said, TV. It just feels like it's so weird that we're talking about this because it's like they're adding value by putting all this other stuff that Xbox got shot down for. And it's funny, but at the end of the day, like when you see, again, everything turns into a Game Pass conversation, but when you see that juggernaut, you have to figure out a way to combat that.
Think about it this way, right? You're watching a movie on Sony's whatever, right? The Sony streaming video app, and that's inside however they turn to use it, right? And it pops up a game. If you like this, maybe you might like this game, right? And you click it because they have these little tabs and stuff, and then you click it and it takes you to that game, and you have a demo for that game or whatever, and then you're like, oh man, I do like this. So you can marry the whole movie video game thing through that structure. If they do it right, if it's done correctly to marry movie and video game, that entertainment value is there. And being that they own this stuff, see, it's different if Microsoft goes out like they did, made a studio and falls flat on their face. Why are you making movies? Like why are you making? Don't do that. Why are you running? Don't. Why are you running? Don't do that.
They could be. Obviously, we've seen that Sony wants to get a little bit more into the movie space. So maybe they're trying to, to get more casuals to try their games out. It's like, watch the God of War movie. That at the end they're linked together, and it's like, we got a God of War game. You want to play that? Like,
exactly.
And we see. Let me jump in because we see obviously the push. Last of Us is going to get that movie. They got my man. What is it? Pedro Pascal, right? So you know what I mean? He's gonna be up in there. Look. We had a great discussion with this on shout out to Fame, Level 1 Gaming. We had a great discussion with this with them, Rand, Jeff Grubb, and the crew. And look, it ain't moving the needle for me per se. But at the end of the day, like Saul said, like King said, it's additional value to a service, right? It's something additive. So at the end of the day, to me, I don't look at it like, oh, this is this one-to-one answer to Game Pass type situation. I think they're just trying to position themselves where they're building more value to that service. And let's be real. I mean, as far as the picture division, the movie division, the TV division, all that stuff, you know, maybe they could leverage some of that content. Like I remember at one point, King, help me out here. Didn't they have like a hero style TV show?
Yeah,
it's called
Powers.
Powers, yes,
Powers.
yes.
It's called a
what's funny-
PS4. Wow.
Right. So
What's funny is I downloaded Power because I wanted to watch Powers.
oh my 50
and I'm
Cent wasn't
sitting
in
there
that one.
watching this,
50
and I
wasn't
was
in it.
like- and I'm just like, yo, like this doesn't look like the drug scene I was watching.
I'm done. That was hilarious. Salute to Powers. Yes, not
But
Power.
they, you know, they tried and they shut that stuff down.
Right.
And I think that, you know, with and I don't know if Jim Dance Moves Ryan, I joke around. I don't know if Jim Dance Moves Ryan is involved in this level of the video stuff.
Right.
But he has to be keen on it and know about it. Right. So the fact of the matter is, if they can leverage this stuff is great. Oh, I just want to address one thing.
Let's go.
And I notice this happens a lot, and I hear people narratives talking about Sony didn't know about the game going inside Game Pass, and Sony didn't know
If they
about
truly
this
feel like
stuff.
that, I don't know what to tell them.
Listen, let me tell you something. You walk in your house, you see some man's shoes at your bed.
We talking about the MLB the show.
Yeah, your MLB the show. All right, that's the dev kit. That man's shoes at your bed. All right, so you seen the dev kit. Don't act like you don't know what's going on in your house. Okay?
Are you implying that Sony is complicit?
I'm complying. I'm implying that they complicit. They know what's going on when they're not there. All right. So the fact that it came out and it's inside Game Pass, they got a heads up. All right. Because don't tell me no one knew.
They got caught slipping.
Exactly. So when it came out, they was like, "Oh, we had no idea. You saw the shoes. You saw the boots next to the bed." Okay. So don't play with me talking about y'all don't know. If y'all want to run with that, you Sony dudes, y'all want to run with that, run with it. Hang out with it. But this is the visualization. If you see boots in your house,
if them dev kit Tims ain't yours,
yeah, those Tims are not yours. Next to the bed, them size 12, them size 13 next to the bed, and you wear size 8.
Nah, if it's me, man, it's size. Nah, King, you got to mess up, man. If it's me, they size 16s. On
there you go. So you got them. You walk in your house, and you see a size 16 next to. Oh, good God!
Somebody getting knocked down. Move it on.
Something's happening, and you better get to the bottom of this.
Or just turn around and walk out.
And obviously, these are jokes. We don't have our shoes behind married women's beds.
Your King is all. All I was saying.
Just had to address that.
I thank you for clarifying that situation. Shout out to the Quaz. He bought a classic tee, no doubt. I see that trip. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I was saying, I just would be curious to see if
do
what's that?
A merchandise giveaway.
Like, at this point, for sure.
Like a ticket. If they buy one, they got a ticket.
Oh, the Quaz got the sticker too. I see you got to make sure you get your sticker on. You know what I'm saying? Get your sticker on. You know what I'm saying? So so like I was saying to King's point, and yo, Pong, stop it. I see you in there, Pong. You contributed to King's nonsense. What I was saying is, as far as I want to see if they do leverage that movie, that TV studio, see if they do.
They should.
Like a Netflix exclusive, you know, like imagine if they had like a dope series, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's exclusive and you could get it on PlayStation. That would be kind of fun.
They should.
I don't think this has anything to do with the gaming scene.
No, not at all.
They just want to give the service more value in general.
Right.
So like it's like I said, you know, let's say they start making shows that's on like the equivalent of WandaVision or Falcon. Right. Like they're like, oh, okay, let me get this, and then it's like I said, and that's gonna leak over to the PlayStation.
Into that. You get that crossover. So I ain't even mad at the move. Do I look at it as a one-on-one thing? The Game Pass, no, but just added the service.
It's funny. I just finished having a nice conversation with Lady April from LordsOfGaming.net. And we talked about at the Amazon Lord of the Rings MMO being canceled. And we talked about the same thing where it's like they would have liked to have had that, you know, they have that Lord of the Rings prequel show coming on. And they would have at least liked to have that sort of that transmogs thing where you're talking about both things at the same time. And obviously that's not going to happen now because the game is gone. Right. But I mean, it's that thing where when you have those properties under your belt, Yeah, I mean, you have to take advantage of that.
Right, and PlayStation is their dominant division right now.
Exactly.
The movies are not, at least I don't know. I mean, recently I would assume they wasn't as dominant as they used to be. So why not leverage your best property into movie and get that stuff going? Look, that's what I got. Solved. Let's get the. Should I go to poll the super chats or what you want to do first?
I got the super chats.
Let's
I
do it.
got okay. It's so funny. We got Stitch with the $5 super chat. Why is Addict's cap on backwards? And Mario's happy about those Game Pass numbers.
Addict for today.
Yeah, his hat is on.
Look, that's the flow. That's the style. Let him floss, baby.
Look, man. I woke up at 11:30. Okay, and oh no, the reason it's backwards is because like I like my ears being covered by it, but if you do it the way it's supposed to,
yeah,
like the have to look. I like the whole logo showing,
it's
and if you
fire.
do it the way continue, I'll show you what it looks like if I have it on right.
Crisscross.
Exactly. There we got Free R Kelly with the $5 super chat. Why y'all acting like GTA 5 and Warzone ain't holding the king of gaming? Sony down. As to my knowledge, those games are elsewhere as well.
To your knowledge, they're on other platforms.
He acted like he don't see the boots. Next to
He don't see the boots.
Yo, Kels, them boots is there.
And Kels, I'll tell you this. If Halo comes out and hits the way it's supposed to hit, and you know that's going to be everywhere, PlayStation needs a counter to that.
I feel it.
Yeah.
What else we got, son?
Then we got Philly Eagle, $5 super chat. PSA, Twitter is not a gaming platform. All you numbers do is just stop. You only contribute to 1, 2, maybe 3 top sales of a game. That's true.
Buy more games.
Bonzarelli Gaming with the $5 super chat. Just want to thank you guys for helping push me to going live on cam. You guys showed me the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Be the king.
Banning people if you don't come on cam. It's not me.
That's my guy. You know, we talk offline and stuff like that. And hell yeah, support him.
Yeah, support
No doubt. Yeah, go.
New show.
Games Talk Live starts today.
You gonna have Chris Granell on for the Sony Dev. Support my man Fonzarelli, man. Salute.
No doubt. Then we have Mass Erect with the $2 super chat. Yo, King, you getting video pass?
If it comes in PlayStation now and it's date, shout out to me.
There we got Tony Bryant, $5 super chat. 22 million Game Pass plus 20 million Xbox Live Gold subs. A lot of money to put towards growth. Yeah. Sometimes people forget these numbers are monthly. There are millions upon millions of dollars coming in monthly.
Yes.
And they don't know about that.
And
2 million and 22 million is a different number, bro.
Then we got Dig'em Smacks with the $5 super chat. Been a PlayStation fan, but Microsoft walking up to these studios like Robert Redford from Indecent Proposal made me buy Series X and Game Pass. Yeah.
Yeah, she gone for the night.
She gone for the night.
She gone for the night.
Savages.
Woody Harrelson looking sick. Then we got Skate Lights with the $5 super chat. Sony canceling game studios and opening TV studios.
Wow.
They said, yo, shut down Japan. Hey, man, open up Japan. The movies, though, baby.
Then we have Adriana Gomes with the $2 super chat. Video pass. I use Cody on my Series X. Amen to that. I will neither confirm or deny that Cody is on my Series X.
ILP does not
prove the methods of your video.
Hey, man, do what you got to do.
God bless Sayla.
God bless Sayla.
Hey, I know one thing, man. Homeboy over there, he has no issue stuff being day and day.
Oh, yeah, he clearly day and date.
Day for everything.
Everything. Yeah.
I put day and date on everything.
Then we have Mass Erect with the $2 super chat. Video pass for the TCL users.
That's right. Get them TVs working.
I'm done.
Then we
Black
have
levels is off.
and we have Lord Roughness with the £5 super chat. Now Sony folk can watch movies in those banger sequel 4-year gaps. Wow.
Yo, how the movie gonna be longer than the game?
Wow.
Stop it. Moving on.
Xbox going to be churning out exclusives from these 23 studios on a quarterly basis.
But isn't it like they make games that play like movies? So now they're gonna make movies that play like games.
I can't with you.
Then we have Louis Bill with the $5 super chat. I hope Sony realizes that sooner or later Xbox will release an absolute banger, which is 30 dev houses. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Where else do we have? Hold on, we have Free R. Kelly,
Yeah,
Louis
you got
Bell.
Louis Bell.
Okay.
Yep, and then Free R. Kelly.
Free R. Kelly, $5 super chat. Man, Halo 4 was trash and Guardians was worse. It's over for Halo. He's laughing. He's like, it's like 7 years ago, like a decade ago.
he is
Hey, there's more people playing Halo right now than people playing God of War.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because it's done.
Anyway.
But don't worry, when it's on Game Pass, you'll play it again too.
Anyway, let's get this poll, get up out of here. Weekly poll. If the rumored Sony and Capcom contract with specific provisions to keep Resident Evil Village off Game Pass for a year turns out to be true, do you feel this is an unfair business practice in the games industry? The choices are A, yes, performance parity and game service exclusivity should never be involved. B, no, these deals happen all the time for all platforms. It's a mutual beneficial relationship. Or C, I don't care unless it's my favorite game to complain about with restrictions. Shout out to all those in the chat. Let's get Wise Old Gamer real quick.
Oh, wow. Hold on a second. Let me hold on a second.
Oh, wow.
The Wise Old Gamer. MLB to Sony. I still love you. Everyone else has to use a condom.
Wow. Brother, you out of bounds.
Yo, Wise Old Gamer, that's them boots.
You out of bounds. Anyway, those are the choices. Please rock the vote when it goes up. Again, salute to Lord Parris who came through, pulled up, dropped some tremendous knowledge, and someone just copped some gear. Razzie with the purple. Ooh, that classic tease hype. ILP hype. Salute to you, my guy. Salute to you. No doubt.
You know what we should do?
We
should do because we've done a members giveaway. We've done a Patreon giveaway. You should do like if you buy gear from the store, like you get like a little thing, like a raffle, and give away something for that too.
Yeah, we can figure it out. All good. Give it back to the realm. That's what I got. Again, shout out to Parris, man. He was tremendous. A lot of gems dropped. Lord Sov, where can the people find you? What you got? Well, how about skipping Addict? Lord Addict, where can the people find you?
I didn't get no love today.
Yeah,
I
don't know why I did that. That was weird. Addict,
you can find me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. You can find me at the picket line for this chat this week. You can also find me. I'll be streaming Demon Souls Monday at 1 p.m. and I'll be having an Addict show at Tuesday at 5 p.m.
Okay.
So definitely catch it in that. Yes, I will be streaming Returnal.
Oh, all right.
Well, hopefully, me and you can get this game done. I know.
Well, you want to do that Monday instead of Demon Souls?
I think I have a whatchamacallit on Monday. I think I have a podcast I have to do. That's why I'm checking my Twitter because people fail to realize they hit me up the day of. Yo, remember what we talked about last week? I'm like, no, no, I don't because I have like 500 messages every day. So no, I do not remember.
Definitely keep that in mind. I'm going to be streaming Returnal on this channel that you're watching now. So definitely sub if you want to see that. I'm gonna show these people how to play that game.
Oh, okay.
That's what's up.
I'm probably gonna get destroyed, but we're gonna go with I'm not getting destroyed, man. People doubted me in Bloodborne. That's a beat game. People doubted me at Cuphead. That's a beat game. People doubted me at any other game I can think of, and those games are beat too. If you're gonna doubt me at Returnal, almost forgot the name of it. You're gonna have to get that word too.
I like the fact that Returnal is a difficult game because this is gonna be Addict in his bag.
Oh, I see it in his bag.
Don't worry, everybody else is gonna forget the name of that game too next month because nobody paying $70 for it.
Yeah, I want to thank Parris for coming on. He was a wonderful guest. We still have more guests for you guys. We're not done with the road, and I'll announce right now we are bringing the E3 prediction shows back.
Yes.
We still are in terms of put in the comment section who you guys would like to see on the Xbox and Nintendo. Obviously, Sony don't have one right now because we don't know nothing about what Sony's doing. But right now, we will have an Xbox one and we will have a Nintendo one. Put in the comment section.
Sony would do something that week.
Yeah, I mean, we can do something. We just got to figure out.
So we can do a prediction of what you think they move will be.
Yeah,
but the part about it though, King, is like we don't know when they're doing it, and the funny thing is we're so booked that we're gonna have to do the Sony thing like in the middle of the week. Like,
okay, that's cool.
We may have to do an extra show.
We bring Jay Barry on so we can hear how he hope Kojima don't come on Microsoft
stage.
And we will be live reacting to all the E3 press conferences. So look for Blaze, Lord Blaze, and King on the Xbox One because That's a thing now.
Because he's an Xbox guy.
Lord Lognet in the building. Lord Josh would like to be on the Lord Frost from Lord on the E3 prediction episode. Say which one though? Which one? We can own a bunch of them. So let us know, Lord Frost, aka Josh Redding. All right, so we got that. Lord Sov. Where can people find you? What you got going on, sir?
Yeah, first off, big shout out to Parris.
Yes.
The dude came on and spoke facts.
Mm-hmm.
He was just being super honest, and I appreciate that. I really, really, really appreciate him coming on here and talking about the things that he talked about. Because, you know, again, it's all about the games. It's all about us being united, not bringing each other down and breaking each other down. So that was fantastic.
Absolutely.
You can find me. Actually, I'm off today, so I'm gonna play some MLB The Show. Maybe I don't know if Cog wants to get on a little bit later.
You know what I love about MLB The Show? What I love about MLB The Show is you can pick your different hitting styles, your different pitching styles. My pitching style is old school, the old one. You know,
I just love how this game on Game Pass and you just know everything about it now. You're
I
so
wasn't buying it
invested in
before.
baseball.
Yo,
Yeah.
I got stuff to do.
Yeah, I hear that though, but I wasn't buying it before. Remember when we was at PAX, and this is I had Jamie do his first interview, LordCognito doing his first interview, and you know, MLB The Show was there, and didn't know that it was going to Xbox, didn't know that it was going to Game Pass, but I'm gonna keep the same energy. I always said that that was the best baseball game, and all baseball games came out and tried to compete with it but couldn't. So the fact that I get a chance to play it and they have different pitching styles, this is great for me.
I just don't like your enthusiasm.
But it fits for me though. They have casual dude.
Yeah, they do the
games.
casual. Yeah, they do. They do. And all the different modes and I respect it.
It's beautiful. Free too. Shout out to the free for me.
Oh no, Lord the King. Now that we're at it, where can the people find you? What you got going on, sir?
MLB The Show on Game Pass. or playing Outriders in Game Pass. or doing whatever the hell I like in Game Pass. And where will y'all go be at? Probably in Game Pass. And if you're not in Game Pass, you're probably on PlayStation wiping the dust off your console. But listen, don't play it too much because it got a limited time only.
That's the C-bomb. What is the C-bomb?
You got the C-bomb. You got controller gate. Yo, it is a time limit on your game experiences. But I do say this. Find me on Twitter, King David OTW. I want to give a shout out to Parris because Parris came with great energy. Like he when he came in the room. So I come in every show with different music, different energy. So when Parris, usually I get there after the guest is there, but Parris came in when I was coming in, and he was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" But it was great to have him on, and I like to speak to older gamers, right? Because you know we have a lot of younger gamers, but to connect with older.
I feel like it's the other way around. We have more older gamers on than younger gamers.
That's fine. That's cool. Anyway. But I like speaking to older gamers and hearing their experiences because he told you he took the bus here.
Talking that Florida.
I did like the how he
play
broke
his games and how he was a Nintendo dude, but Nintendo, Xbox gave him all that access. Yeah. And it's beautiful to see, and the honesty. So I really loved him on today, and it's gonna make me look deeper into what's going on because this is my first interaction with him. So this is gonna make me look deeper into his content.
No doubt, man.
Man. Sorry. After you go, I do have one thing I want to say. After you go.
Yeah, no doubt. Might as well say it now. If you want to get it off now.
Yeah. No, it's got.
Afterwards. Okay.
Well, let me real quick. I forgot to big up Fonz. He has a great interview going on right now, Chris Ganell. So when you leave here, head on over to Fonz's channel. I put that in the chat.
Nice. Okay. Oh, sorry. You want to get?
Yeah. No, we're good.
Okay. And I think we do got super chats.
We have 2 super chats. You want to read that now?
Yeah, let's get them now.
We got Stitch, $2 super chat. Addict Show is lit. Returnal equals Record.
We had that lie. There is some similarities.
Yeah, we had that discussion on Crossfire the other day. Then we have Mass Erect, $5 super chat. Much respect to the ILP. Love you guys. Stay blessed. Thank you, sir. You as well.
Yeah, again, tremendous show. Parris is on fire. And like I said, what we love to do, and like you said, just bring all different members of the community together, regardless. Like I said, if you're a gamer, we want to hear your story, as long as you're respectful. And he held it down, man. Tremendous advice too, King. I felt he gave for people, you know, like I said, you know, who may be grinding and maybe frustrated, but we've even said ourselves, like, one of our things the Lords do, all of us. We've been on that show floor. We've been out there in the streets, out there in the people, King, handing out the shirts, you know what I'm saying, putting us in position. Addict out here really helping us with the content creation and what's going on in the space, and Solve, you know, minding the clarity, making sure we're balanced, and as well as...
And being forced to interview people.
And being forced to interview people.
Oh, no, like I said...
Solve got our top highest video. I'm still mad. I'm still just like
shout out to Toby.
Shout to this day. That is our most popular, and it was a Solve interview. King and Solve held it down.
It was crazy. Is Cog was doing the interview on the side, so I was like, "Come on, Solve, let's go get this. Let's knock this out the ball."
Salute. That's how he do his grind, man. And eventually, like I said, you will hit it. But again, and much love to everybody's community. The love y'all shown for me being on Xcast was wild. Like that was. I don't even know what to do with that. Like, I was love to see the whole realm pull up, and we're just like, yo, we was proud of Cognito being up in there. We love y'all. Attic, you got anything you got to say before we pull up?
Yeah, so obviously you guys know ILP's about the community. We always try to uplift content creators. It's like Lord Soft said. Here is Fonz's stream. I want you guys to go in there and say ILP sent us. No doubt. Show them love. Go in there, hit that like button, man. It's really nerve-wracking to do your first show. Show
him, and he on camera for the first time doing the show.
Go in there and show him love.
No doubt. Sure. So that's all I got. Solve get.
Well, I don't know if you're checking the Discord. Lord Josh Redding. They kind of agreed that the thing that's being worked on can be...
Okay, cool. So look, we're going to be doing this thing, the Lord's Minute, you know, some really exclusive content that's going to be up on lordsofgaming.net. So please support it. It's going to be one-on-one style. We're going to be talking about the hottest topics. You're going to have one of us, your favorite Lord, or one of the writers. They're going to be interviewing us. Please salute and support. Is going to be something that we're going to be doing on the site. We want you guys to come to the site, man. LordsofGaming.net is fire, and we're going to have the Lords now, exclusive one-on-one with your favorite Lords. So you want to know what Addict think about them JRPGs, you get Addict. You want to know what King think about Game Pass, you get King. You want to know what Solve think about what's going on with these single-player games in the industry. Holla, and of course, you know, I might pull up too. So salute and check that out. Lord's Minute, lordsofgaming.net. Most likely every Tuesday and Thursday up on lordsofgaming.net. So check that out. Are we good, Solve?
One more for Mass Arrest. $2 super chat. Hit that like button, guys. Thank you so much, my brother. Appreciate that.
Out. Everybody enjoy your Sunday. Much love, y'all.
Peace. Yep.